Welcome to Toffee TV. It is Daily Live.
Yeah.
Here today, ahead of a big game. Big game tonight. West Ham United
It is.
at home. But let me just say, all you people who often say you can't get tickets for the game, there are tickets available on the resale. If you want to go and have a look, there are tickets.
You don't mean high price seat unique.
Well,
you mean list price everywhere else.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're there, they're available if you want to go and have a look. I don't know why there's so many available for tonight, but I suppose it being a Monday night game, people just either couldn't get to tonight's game because it's at a night time. It's our first Monday night game since February
Really?
2024
You're joking?
playing at home.
So 18 months or more.
I bet you can't name the team we played.
Oh, no. Because it's in the past, isn't it? Who was it?
Crystal Palace.
Oh, spooky.
I think it was Glasner's first game, if I remember.
Right.
I think it was Glasner's first game. Yeah, we drew 1-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a close call.
So we haven't had a Monday night game for a very long time. So maybe that's put a few off going the game tonight. So there are tickets available. This is not like a
Time. Yeah. Everton just going to sit there on 65 quid tickets, or sorry, it's not specifically Everton, is it? But the platform doesn't allow you, does it? So you can't go tonight to say, yeah, I'll give you this back. Obviously, if you sell it, I get my season ticket money back, and you keep the extra whatever it is, 30 or 40 quid. Are they going to change the prices to get people through the door, or are they just going to leave seats empty because they've had their 25, 30 quid off you and they don't want to compromise it? Interesting.
I can't imagine they're going to give tickets away.
Well, I don't mean give away.
No, you know what I mean.
But you know, I mean, clearly it's an interesting dynamic with consumers, because if everyone knows if you wait till the last hour, you've saved 20 quid, then you wait till the last hour, don't you?
Yeah.
You have to be a member as well to get on the resale platform.
Yeah, so it's a funny one, isn't it? It is a funny one.
And it's £70. That's what I've found.
Is it? That member thing's funny.
Yeah, it is. It is. I don't really agree with the cost of it, because I think it puts people off and creates a scenario where maybe if people wanted to go to the game tonight and like just on the off chance, knowing that they've got to pay that money as well, might put them off.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, I don't believe anyone should just be able to walk in and buy a ticket. Obviously, there has to be a trade off. But
I think the membership thing is a good idea.
Yeah.
Particularly when derbies come around and
yeah.
stuff like that. But I was surprised when my just my nephew, not even my great nephew, said, you have to be a member, obviously, to go on the ballot, for example, when the stadium's full. I don't know if on the resale platform, they're all season ticket holders, pretty much, aren't they? Who are selling their tickets.
Probably, yeah.
So logically, the stadium is sold out, but might not look it on the telly, if that makes sense, right? Which is not a good look, of course. And then you have to pay to be in the actual individual ballots as well. And here tonight, you've just got an opportunity to just get a ticket at normal price, whatever normal price is. I don't know. You were looking it up, weren't you?
Yeah, so I've been looking around at 65, some are 70
For
just an adult.
plus add-ons, no fees. That's just you pay
I
that.
imagine there would be like a VAT or something after.
No, it won't be VAT, but there's no booking fee type stuff.
No.
Okay. But my granddaughter, is it Forever Blue? Is that the thing you have to be in, isn't it? So she's one of those, and just to maintain her queue in the season ticket thing.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, you have to be a member to get the best position in the queue. You have to be a member to be able to buy tickets that season ticket holders don't want, or whatever. And maybe that all those tickets and stuff that are available is a positive sign, if you want to look at it this way, that it's too difficult for touts to get hold of them, or it's too difficult to just give it to your mate.
Yeah.
Therefore, people are putting stuff on the retail platform, which in the past they might have just said, "Do you want to go, Ped?"
Yeah, which again, I find that's a little bit.
But the manager, surely his priority would be, "I want it full."
Yeah.
Someone else can figure out
how
you do
you might
that.
You might have just like cracked it on the head there by saying, if you're finding it difficult to pass a ticket on, and you have to put it on the resale site, is that good if you can't get rid of it? So I think it might be something they learn from going forward. This might be the first time, because it's the first Premier League night game, so it might be the first one where they sort of start learning lessons from how to do it best. Yeah, I think I've said before, I think the ticket situation's been overly complicated. It's a ground that I think it seems to be we're the first team to ever get an increase in capacity, and people find it harder to buy a ticket. I find that very, very strange. And then when it comes to games like this, it's almost the idea of, oh, you can't get a ticket, so we're not going to get a ticket. So maybe people don't even look for tickets. True. The amount of times we've spoke about resale sites and people have gone, what? What's that? Even though they've been there for a while. But
I mean, you just started off by saying, I'm not here advertising tickets because the club have asked me to or paying me to.
Yeah.
The very idea, yeah. But perhaps they should.
Perhaps they should.
They should have told us, and they should have told, I don't know, the Blue Room have got a decent audience, and whoever else has got a decent audience. Like, the way you opened up was the right way, which is, if you're one of those people who haven't been able to get a ticket, we've had the big long debate about away tickets in the same context, haven't we? Yeah. Right? But it's games like this, which apparently a big audience don't want to go to, a big section of the fan base.
I don't think the football club wants to advertise the fact that it's selling tickets on the day of a game.
We'll know whether they sell them or not.
No, I'm saying.
If they don't get sold, we'll know.
I don't think they want to advertise it though. Like literally advertise that there's tickets available on the day of a game.
Nothing's been tweeted. It's just been a notification.
That's what I'm saying. This is the third Premier League game at a new stadium that hasn't been sold out yet. I don't think they are going to blast it out to the world that there are tickets available for tonight on the resale. I know they're on the resale, so all the tickets are actually sold.
Yeah.
These are tickets on the resale site. That's slightly different. That's people who've already bought them, selling them. That is different than saying there are tickets available tonight, because they're not tickets. No tickets in the box office and anything. You're buying tickets on a resale site. It is slightly different. But it is important that I think people do, because you are right, John. In last year or the years gone by, you would go to places, you'd be in WhatsApp groups, or I've got one there if you want it. Yeah, just send it over, or pass us your card or whatever it is, whether it's on Twitter or whatever. As we've said loads of times, we can't go around telling people that someone's got a ticket and they're on Twitter or whatever. That's because who knows what's going on. But there are, as I said, there are some on the resale. I don't think they've cracked it yet. I don't think they've cracked the ticket and sales yet.
So why wouldn't the football club right now be saying, there's plenty of tickets here, lads and lasses, go for it?
Because it's a terrible look. And don't you think that's what they think first, John?
Fans will all be in the comments.
Don't you think in this day and age?
I think my query was rhetorical, because it is that, if you like, I don't know, am I wrong to say thinking about yourself? How will I look?
Yeah.
Or how will we look? Or whatever, right? And we didn't manage particularly well, I don't think, in a proactive sense. I mean, I don't mean in a general sense, the blocks of empty seats and stuff. But, if you go on any management courses, when you get to certain levels and stuff like that, one of the things that often comes out, particularly when I was doing Cranfield, went to Cranfield for Masters and stuff, it was about confronting constraint, right? Don't shy away from it.
Yeah.
Right? So, and I don't know if people heard what you sort of said, because it's sort of off camera, like, the Reds would all be in there having a go, sort of thing. Well, they'll have a go if the place looks empty.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was going to say then, yeah. And a few people are saying that in the comments. It's exactly... They might miss all the noise of resale sites, but when the game's on live and you can see blue seats all over the place, no one's missing that.
That's right.
So
and come when Ross goes, whenever the attendance comes up, because we are wedded to announcing the attendance.
Yeah, which I just don't get.
Yeah. Then if we announce 48,000, it'll be, is the honeymoon over? Lost a few games, have you? Yeah. Proper Evertonians, you've all disappeared. No, lad, it's Monday night.
Yeah.
First one we've had for 18, 19 months. People work for a living. People might not be able to get... Because you get into that then, don't you? That you know, people know they have to leave a lot earlier to get the ground, whichever method they're using, to get in and all that sort of stuff. And then they realise, but I don't finish work till 6:30. It's not like rocking up to Goodison, you're in.
No, you're absolutely right, John. When you've got a season ticket, you literally can plan your entire year if you plan to go every game. And you're right,
And you do, don't you?
There was plenty of opportunities for people, you know, I'll meet you in the Winslow, I've got a ticket there kind of thing.
Yeah.
You're over the road. But you're right, it's a different thing. And there's a lot of people who may not think they can get tickets for the ground. So therefore, don't ever think, I will plan to go down to the ground on a Monday night.
Yeah.
Because, you know, there are no tickets, so what's the point? And then if I get down there, there might be anywhere to watch the game if I get stuck down there, whatever. Because they haven't had that routine yet. They're not in that routine. But so you're right, it is probably important that Everton do let people know, even if they just passed on an email to us going, there's so many seats available tonight. Just let people know.
Because at the moment, he's showing me pictures of the bowl, every section of the stadium, you know, blue on it, basically saying tickets available. For all we know, the whole lot totals 1,000 or something, or it could be 5,000, or you know. So maybe, you know, because I had a quick look at Seat Unique, and they're more expensive tickets. I've only got handfuls left, but then that's probably people who booked them well in advance. They're probably thinking, now I've paid 200 quid for this, and I could have got in for whatever you just said it was, 70 or something.
Certainly not making a big deal of it. I'm just trying to help sell them.
No, I'm with you, I'm with you.
James, you're going tonight. If you weren't going tonight, and a ticket popped up at 1 o'clock, would you get a ticket for tonight? Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
It's different for me though, innit? Because it's a half an hour walk from man. But
but you're also that also represents a lot of people though. Yeah. Or who went to Goodison is the.
Like, I'm gonna try for it. I didn't get a Palace one, but I'm gonna try for one.
Yeah. I was just wondering whether just because finish here, get home. Would there be a latest time that one would become available that you would go the match tonight or wouldn't go the match tonight? Because you're sitting at home, you're going to watch it on telly anyway. So is there a time where you're just like, I'm in now, I'm in my PJs. I've got me, you
probably
know.
like, I don't know, 6 o'clock.
Okay. Yeah. I've had me tea, I can't really be bothered now. No, just wondering what's like the latest, like.
The lineup can't be out.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, during all that PJ stuff, and the other thing that might tip people is, of course, it's on telly.
Yeah.
You know,
65 quid's a lot of money.
Yeah.
When something's
if you think about it
on TV.
What I was thinking then. So we play Palace Sunday as well. Say if you and like me and my dad want to go, that's £280 spent on.
That's before you have a donut.
And that's before I have a donut. That's £280 in a week for just two to go to 2 games. That's a lot of money.
My barber's put his barber prices up, right?
Wow.
And I just said to him, that's just 4 donuts, lad. What are you worried about?
It's expensive.
No, he was like saying, like, I've got to put them up, price in my shop. I was like, it's 4 donuts at the match. Don't be worrying about it. That's how you need to start. Just don't even put how much it is. Just put 4 Everton donuts. You know. And people might actually go, wow, that is a lot of money.
It's like the old inflation test since they made... prior to making Mars bars smaller, you'd say, well, you could always say, well, a pint would be 1.5 Mars bars. Now it's 2.
Yeah. You get 2 months of Toffee TV Premier for a donut. That's our new market, John. We used to say coffee, we used to say pint. Now we can say 1 donut. I mean, that just makes two months of our content just sound like amazing.
Yeah.
But that is stuff which you talked about before, which might make it harder for touts and the like. Also means, I mean, you've just said, if you could get tickets for Palace, of course you'd want to go. You and your dad or something, because your dad can't go tonight because of work and all that. And I'm sitting here thinking, oh, well, I've got 2 tickets and I can't go. I have no idea how he gets them.
How you send them over?
I would send them to you. No idea at all. So if I'm Joe Public doing that, I might think, you know what, I do know how to stick it on the resale. So I'll just do that.
Yeah, stick on every time. Like if I've had to miss it, like when I went to Paris last year, I just stuck it on the resale. Just like it saves so much hassle. It
does for me, because most of the people I know have already got season tickets, so it's hard to find. But you know what I mean. So,
what are you thinking tonight? Obviously, West Ham, they've changed the manager over the weekend. Now I don't remember Everton ever changing a manager to go to an away game. Like, we've changed managers plenty of time, but I don't remember it ever happening where our first game was away.
Don't know.
It's generally always been home. So has that like changed your feeling on the game or anything?
Not at all, no.
Okay.
Not at all. I mean, I think this new manager bounce thing, particularly just a few days from the game, it's only going to be in people's heads, nowhere else.
Yeah.
It might give their players a little bit of lift. It might give a little bit of lift, thinking that we anticipate they may get a new manager bounce, but ultimately they've had a really poor start to the season, haven't they? And we've had up to this point one that's still in the foothills of a good start, and we need to win for it to be a good start. And we go to 8th or something or whatever,
something like that.
If we win by 3 goals, we go above City, won't we? Or one of them, I don't know. But whilst the points thing isn't what I claim we should really measure, it does make you feel better, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, yeah, I mean, getting a win tonight would be massive in terms of...
No, we're never going to go above City because...
We need a win. We
Yeah.
We haven't won since before the international break.
Yeah.
And then that puts a lot of pressure on if we don't on the Palace game. We were absolutely flying.
Aren't they just,
a very good team. So we need a win for ourselves tonight.
Up to 8th, yeah.
We just need a win for ourselves because the Wolves game was very, very poor, even though it was a massively changed team.
Yeah.
Before that, we did really well in the second half of the derby, which people forget. But then Palace showed at the weekend that if you have a right go with them, but then Palace, they can do that at times and then go, well, maybe just Palace are a better team than we
But
are.
Palace also did what other clubs who have played that lot have failed to do. You know what I mean? They've not been playing anywhere near their best.
18 games unbeaten now, though, Palace.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
No, I wouldn't. I'm not.
They're on a mega roll.
Yeah, they're having a great run. What they did on Saturday was they kept going, and even when a goal was given, which, quite frankly, it was in volleyball.
You barely touched it.
Barely. Just changed the direction of it completely.
I'm certainly, if I'm the defender, I'm saying I'd have got a different header on that if he hadn't touched it.
They went for it, and they're in a really good. They're in a really, and they pushed Liverpool, and Liverpool, even with all their players, and we've talked about this, the squad's not any bigger for Liverpool. So they looked a bit tired towards the end, and the centre backs looked a bit tired. They did something, and Palace were at home, and they did something we couldn't do last week because we don't have the strikers, which I think is becoming
Finishers. Yeah.
Yeah, which could be a bit of an issue, I think, for this season. I've said a few times, I'm not exactly thrilled about the way we look up front at the moment, but it'll be a difficult game tonight. I wasn't expecting an easy game anyway.
No,
regardless, I wasn't.
But classically, there's no easy games.
No, there aren't. And
I can't imagine. Okay, we've seen it too often for this to actually mean anything, but. Players are so effing fickle, right? Every single one of them might just be 1% more committed.
Yeah.
And that's different if you take it to extremes of winning and losing, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, if you carry a player who's not really trying very hard, then it makes a massive difference. It's probably worse than getting one sent off, to be honest, because you actually think he's there and he's going to do stuff. But ultimately, it's going to be a massive, massive disappointment if we don't win. And with some flair, you know. I mean, have you looked at their results? Have they all been tight games? Or?
One win against Forest, wasn't it?
Yeah, I know it was Forest, but I'm just wondering whether they've always been in close games and, you know, it's not as bad as it looks, so to speak. They lost to Palace 2-1, lost 3-0 at home to Tottenham, won 3-0 away themselves at Forest.
Yeah.
Forest are having a dodgy start, aren't they? Yeah. Lost in the League Cup to West Ham, been there, done that, yeah. Got battered at home. 5-1 by Chelsea. Sunderland beat them 3-0. There you go. There's your benchmark.
I think defensively they've been an absolute mess.
Yeah,
and I think that's the thing.
Can he fix it in 2 days though?
But I think no. But you know what? You laugh at. We've had managers who come in after like 2 or 3 days and they've just gone bing bong bump and put it all together. he'll have known he was going to become their manager probably for about a week.
Oh, yeah.
Very much like he knew he was leaving his job for a couple of weeks.
That's right. Yeah.
He'll have looked at all the tapes and gone, where can I get extra 5%? And for them, it will be about, let's just go to this ground and make sure we don't concede stupid goals. So they will be tighter.
And they had a template, which is the way Villa played.
Yeah, and they're not a terrible team.
No, they're not.
They were just probably set up in the wrong way by a manager who
wants to play.
has a particular way of playing, but it doesn't really work until
it might not work for a while.
Yeah, you're not, unless you're at the very top or you get a certain set of players. So it is a tough game tonight, and I think West Ham, let's not be like, they're not that far away from us. You know, they're not. You know, they're not that far away from us in terms of anything, really. It's not like we've been absolutely amazing. It's like we're scoring loads of goals. No. Let's, it'll take hard work to get the win tonight. And
but it's that time of the season, isn't it, where if you win a game, you can shoot up.
Yeah.
And if you lose a game, you can suddenly drop.
First 10 games of the season. Look at Liverpool. Going back to them. They lose a
Hand
game.
it over now.
They lose a game. Arsenal win a game, and suddenly Arsenal win, what, a point is it? 2 points, 2 points, and suddenly it's like, oh, and they've already beaten Arsenal. Yeah. So the difference between the top is the result against them. It's like, it's 10, 15 games before you get that, like...
If Arsenal had drawn with Liverpool, they'd be top.
Yeah. But as I'm saying, it's still like, we're still in that thing where you think you've had a good start and then you have a couple of dodgy results, and then a team who've had a terrible start is already alongside you or going above you. So there's still plenty, you're talking 10, 15 games before the league starts figuring itself out, especially as we get into December, which is going to be a massive month, especially if teams have got players going to the African nations.
And that's where all the squad depth thing comes in. That's where 450 million quid in the summer on players might show itself.
Yeah. So it's a game that, again, we have to roll our sleeves up, but we have to score goals. And Dewsbury Hall, don't get booked, because you're out on next week.
You've missed the Palace game.
Yeah, you've missed the Palace game. So, is Stingo suspended tonight, James? For West Ham?
Pick a player. Give him a clue.
What's his name? Got sent off in that.
Suchek
suspended.
Yeah.
So he's done damage to us over the years. So that's one less thing. Just one player less to worry about.
Wan-Bissaka's definitely out as well.
Is he? Yeah. But Bowen's their biggest threat, isn't he? Bowen's always their biggest threat, but they'll be coming looking for the scalp, won't they? They'll be looking for not only the first team to score a goal at Hill Dickinson, but possibility being the first team to win at Hill Dickinson, and that's what everyone's going to be looking for.
Where's our manager's head going to be?
On his shoulders, I hope.
Yeah, because he's had a couple of games where us fans might think he called it wrong. Yeah. One of them turned into a good, well, you might argue both of them were sort of decent second half performances, so certainly better than the first half ones, but lost both of them. We've got to trust in our ability to cause problems going forward, haven't we?
I'll be honest, I don't really trust our ability to go forward. I haven't seen enough, John. I haven't seen enough. I think, honestly, I haven't seen enough.
Not persistently. We've had moments.
Grealish gets on the ball and everyone just runs away from him, and then he's got no one to pass to. We have to start being able to use him better. He's a fantastic footballer, and what I've seen in the last two games is players not being anywhere near his wavelength.
I agree with that.
And if Mikalenko plays tonight, he has to, which he will, he has to go past him every time he gets the ball and not stand around. Jack Grealish doesn't give the ball away.
Trust in that.
Trust in that you will be covered every time by the fact that Jack Grealish will, if he passes inside, then you can drop back. But all of our players have got to start trusting Jack Grealish and Njai.
And also both of them as outballs as well.
Yeah.
Because Jack, particularly when you see him at the ground, you're watching it live rather than on telly or anything like that. There's a number of times he gets frustrated because, I think you guys might have talked about this recently. I think you and Baz, he's screaming for the ball, and our players think, "Oh no, you got two men on you. Yeah. I'll give it back to Tarks," sort of thing. So just keep giving him it.
Listen, it's early days, and we're still finding a way, still finding the ways. But I feel like what we did in certainly in the Brighton game, we sort of stopped doing. We stopped doing very, very quickly. And I know, listen, Wolves was very good away, but We've seen how good Wolves are, really. The centre forwards.
The league win there might look good in a couple of months.
Yeah, the centre forwards after, and it's the other players for me. The centre forwards, but the other players have got to start getting around Grealish and giving him some help, because it's just daft how many times he gets the ball and it's just standing around on his own. And
So where have you gone with starting striker?
Barry, I'm going for Barry, because I just think that Beto can come off the bench. I'm not sure Barry can, and I think Barry needs minutes. He needs minutes, but it'll be interesting over the next, I would say, 5 or 6 games to see how much Barry improves, and then
through being played,
if he is played, and then looking at what the gap is between our centre forwards and the kind of centre forward we actually need, and then that to me will be whether we've not made a mistake buying Barry, but made a mistake not buying another one, or moving Beto out and bringing another one in, because Barry where he is right now looks miles off, absolute miles off. Now that's what we've bought, so be it. But you've got to have that insurance of that other striker. So either Beto comes good, or we've made a massive mistake by not bringing someone else in. Because that's where, goal. I think we forget how important Beto was when Moyes came in. Those goals he scored rocketed us up the league. So, but the manager never seems to have any faith in him.
No, but a Grealish go-to, we need to make sure that isn't the only plan we have. Doesn't play to Beto, does it?
No, because we're going wide all the time instead of going through. So the manager has to look at that as well, and how is there a way we can change that? Could Grealish potentially come inside and Njai go back out on the left, and maybe Dibbling come on the right for some games if it's not working?
Dibbling looks off as well, so
he does. He looks, but he has played. But he has played
in the division,
in the Premier League, and it might just be like new club sort of getting up to speed and not having that confidence in himself that he can do what he wants. Shows
little bits which, like, you think there's going to be moments when we all get off our seats because he flicks the ball past someone and off he goes.
Yeah. But I think the fullbacks as well are a massive issue. Certainly right back. I think I've said loads of times, Jake O'Brien's fine, but he's not what we need. We need a proper right back, because it all trickles down, doesn't it? It's all a big knock-on effect. Tuesday night, Jake could have played centre back. I mean, he still could have played centre back. Michael Keane could have come out, refreshes a little bit. Someone comes in at right back, a Patterson, or even, I don't know, Seamus could have gone right back, and then you put someone else at left back.
Did he play right back? No.
So yeah,
Seamus and Asnu.
Yeah. So again, the Asnu thing, I think I talked about on the starting 11. See, I find that massively strange. If the manager's saying he's going to take a year or two, then we should have bought another left back. Then
true.
We should have bought another left back and sent him on loan, because if he's not going to be he's not going to be ready.
Can't be a year or two, can it?
No, that's what I'm saying. And if it is a year or two, you send them on loan. No, but you can buy players and say they're not going to be ready. Brighton have done it loads, but you send them on loan.
Don't take a player out of a elite European team who are in Champions League every single year, blah blah blah, who want to keep him, but he wants to go because he wants to play, and then say publicly it's going to be a year or two before he's up to speed. Because he said, well, I might as well stay to Bayern Munich then.
Yeah. He was never going to make it at Bayern Munich, I don't think.
No. Doesn't stop them being miffed, or the manager miffed, because the potential's not been found to be true yet, has it?
Got minutes in the Club World Cup as well.
Yeah.
By minutes he got like 10, but that doesn't
I don't think it helps anyone saying someone's going to take X amount of time.
The planning horizon is wrong.
Yeah.
That's the manager saying this guy's going to be ready after my contract ends. What?
Fine, yeah. And this isn't the manager. David Moyes isn't the manager for developing players. Is in like put them in the team and develop them.
No,
when they're young, he just doesn't. There's never been a track record of them doing that. He's brought players in from like European clubs and put them in the team and let them settle, but he's never had a track record of like developing players. Okay, you could say maybe James Vaughan and Anachabi, but they were necessities, and Anachabi was like, he was like a bulldozer. So. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and to be fair, going back to when Angus Kinnear done the interview, at least he did say I'll tell you it was a good window next year, not like in the next couple of weeks. I'll tell you in a year's time whether it was a good window. I suppose that was the right thing to say.
Yeah, that was the one that you push back on and say, okay, that's fair enough, but are you happy with this window? Was it good? You didn't get it. No one. You're never going to get for managers and fans for that matter everything you want.
Yeah.
So and the stat about whether you pay so many minutes, that's what determines whether it was good or not. Then your manager's already decided Asnu wasn't a good acquisition because he ain't going to do 30% of the minutes. And Barry may or may not. I mean, Barry's, you're right, he's way off this league, but he's proven he can do it in the past when he goes up a level. But it requires him to be in the team.
Yeah.
I don't see David Moyes, never mind this version, any version of David Moyes, letting a Barry start 3 consecutive games and not scoring any of them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's when the poor manager, if you want to call it that, is constrained by, he's got Beto, he perhaps thinks, well, if I had a hybrid of Beto and Barry, a guy can hold the ball, play with his back, we'll move off players, we'll take players away and all that sort of stuff, and then a guy who can finish and is a bit more robust, then maybe that's what he needed, the third choice one.
Yeah.
Not quite as good and silky perhaps as we hope Barry will become, and not quite as rough diamond as Beto is, somewhere in between. But hey ho, we are where we are, at least till January and probably beyond.
Yeah, and it's not it's only early. It's just about getting the best out of it. Jack Grealish and Dewsbury Hall have come in and done exactly what you wanted them to do, and then but you've got to support them in what they're doing then, because what we do need this season is a midfielder who is scoring 8 goals.
Oh yeah.
And takes the pressure off if the centre forwards aren't scoring, and that's massively important because Decore didn't score tons of goals last season, but obviously that's what he did in the past. Chipped in with 7 or 8 goals. McNeil's done that as well, and Jai did that last season as well. But we need a couple of them at least to be chipping in with those goals.
And Jack's not going to do that.
No, well, I mean, I do think that is maybe one thing that he just seems to be missing is now and again just take a shot first time rather than having to look for the assist. Right, and then because you're waiting for that extra second to look for the assist.
When was Tim Sherwood the manager at that Aston Villa? 2015 or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Well, 10 years ago, Jack's dad was telling him to shoot more.
Yeah.
So
he doesn't.
So he's not going to shoot more, is he?
Well, he doesn't shoot more, but he should.
Yeah.
No, I just want to say this. I've said this on every show. No, we shouldn't have gone for Jamie Vardy. There's a reason why he plays for a team in Serie A that no one can pronounce. So,
is he playing?
No, he's been on the bench.
31 minutes.
He's been on the bench.
Nah.
No.
He's about 80.
I'd rather have bought Thingo. Who's at West Ham?
Who?
Who they got from Newcastle?
Wilson.
I'd rather have got him than get Jamie Vardy. No. Just want to repeat that very much. No.
Josh King's doing really well in the Saudi League.
Is he? Yeah.
He's second top goal scorer, level with Ronaldo.
Not bad, is it?
Yeah.
Do you like Ange proving you right on Woods? Not for me.
I like Woods.
Yeah.
I think he's a good striker.
He's not getting played though, is he?
That's Ange, isn't he?
Yeah.
That's Ange. He's a straight down the middle striker, isn't he? He's gonna score. He's nearly got 100 Premier League goals. That's not to be sniffed at, is it?
Absolutely not. No.
Absolutely not to be sniffed at. But listen, Ange's gonna
play Ange way.
Ange's gonna play his own way, and it's certainly not going to suit Forest. And it hasn't so far.
It's funny though, isn't it? When we often talk about, and me and Baz were talking about it last week, not on camera, unfortunately, about club style of play and who defines it and all that sort of stuff, and it's. And I would say, well, there's no particular individual. Yeah. Ultimately, it comes from the owner downwards, doesn't it? If the owner just says win football matches, then that's what you play, whatever gets you points. Right?
Yeah.
And as we always talk, once you get in the points, you then want to play nicer, don't you? And that's fundamentally what happened with West Ham and Moyes, isn't it?
Yeah,
we quite like you winning games. Now can we win them the way we want to win them? And end up the let him go, and look what's happened since, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think Ange might have a little bit of that in him. So you go to a club and you change the way it plays.
You've got to have the players to play. You've got to. For me, it would have just been like keeping everything as it was and then changing them over time, getting that mentality into them. I do feel sorry for Nuno in a way, because it hasn't really done anything wrong.
Fell out with the owner.
He only fell out with the owner. He didn't get them Champions League because they weren't good enough.
That's right.
They
were overachieving.
They were massively overachieving. Yeah. You know, this idea that they weren't doing well enough. Like the fella who owns them's in Cloud Cuckoo land. Now maybe him being there is what got them to that position in the first place, and having that ambition is what got them there. But I do feel sorry for them, and maybe going to a club like West Ham, maybe they'll appreciate them a bit more because of what they've had for the last year or so. I don't know. Sometimes I think you can make that jump too quickly, can't you? We all want to be brilliant teams who play brilliant football, but football just doesn't work like that anymore. And then
Nuno didn't last long at Tottenham, did he?
No, he didn't. But again, no, that's what it was. Again,
that must be where Forest go for managers. Yeah,
that's like changing, isn't it? From he was changing from one thing to another.
Yeah,
maybe he just doesn't have that mentality to be a manager of a club like that. But maybe West Ham will suit him more. It's frustrating because I think in football, a lot of people see it as like you don't see a lot of the work that goes on. You look at Palace now, and people will be like, "Well, why couldn't we do that? Why can't we get a manager like that?" But Palace last season, we beat them twice. They struggled for part of the season, and then it all come right at the right time, which is right at the end of the season, winning the FA Cup, and then they trust what it is. I think it's when you trust the process, but you also know that there's no real danger of you being relegated. So you take the cup seriously like they did last year, and you have just faith in the process. And I think Everton, and I throw West Ham in that just for this game, us as fans, we're quite restless, aren't we? We're all like, I imagine people over the weekend were still looking at results going, oh, I hope they win and I hope they win, because you don't want...
It's normal.
You're looking at... We're still all... I think we're all still looking a little bit over our shoulders.
Yeah, absolutely.
Going, oh, I'm glad Burnley got beat there, and oh, no, Leeds. Oh, when Bournemouth scored in the last minute, loads of people like, yes. You know, you see Sunderland win and you're a bit like, oh, I wish they hadn't won. Because you're still a little bit... There'll still be that thing in the back of your head going, oh, it's a must win, and you're not looking at it's because it is hard from what we've done the last few years to look at the big picture. Whereas I think like what Palace have done so well is, I don't think too many of their fans were ever like really concerned. It's like, we know what we're gonna finish in 12th. It's all gonna be all right. Leave Glasner, he'll be fine. And then he gets them the cup, and then before you know it, they're on an 18-match unbeaten run, and they're second in the league, and they're all absolutely loving it. And this is from a guy who lost his best player in the summer, nearly lost his other best player. You know, they never really give him any money, but he's been fantastic. And so West Ham fans and Everton fans are like, why can't we get that? Where did that come from? Why haven't we got that? And it's this nervousness all the time, I think, because you want to kick on, but at the same time, you're just like, oh, yeah, I hope there's three worse teams than us this season.
Well, you're thinking that?
No, I think that comes... I'll be honest, John, at the moment, the way the Premier League is, it's everyone just beating each other, and there isn't a defined three
sections. There isn't three sections.
Burnley have started poorly. Wolves have started poorly, but have shown some signs this week. West Ham and
Villa until they won.
Villa will be absolutely fine.
Well,
we
of
all
course
know
they
that.
Would, yeah.
So it's not like the last couple of seasons where it's like, yeah, the three promoted teams. Seeing the thing yesterday, Southampton Sunderland fan was saying, we've only got to get one more point to match what Southampton got last season.
Wow!
So straight away you've got another team on it. So, but there is that thing of like, there can be a slight nervousness on clubs like Everton, like West Ham, because they're just not quite sure. I don't quite think we all know where we fit in.
No, you're right, and I think if you're a Sunderland fan, and of course they have through necessity sort of built from the ground up, haven't they? And they're carrying players from through the divisions with them, which is good. But the average Sunderland fan could say, well, you know what, another 15 points. And that might be enough, historically. You know, and if everyone's beaten everyone, the number often can go down that you need to get, not go up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What have they got now? 11, 12 or something? Okay, maybe 27 is a bit low, but 30-ish is the new 40, isn't it?
Well, it has been, but will it be this season, though? Because
I don't know.
you say that with Sunderland. Sunderland have already got, if Sunderland have already got 11 points and Leeds have already got 8 points, then surely that's going to go up a little bit, isn't it? And
You would think so.
We're going to have more.
You would think so if you're assuming that they're going to be down there. Maybe they won't.
Yeah. And look at like Brentford. Brentford, what was
Just
it?
looking.
Fulham beat Brentford, what was it, 3-1 the other night? And then Villa beat Fulham 3-1 and Brentford beat Man United 3-1 and Man United had just beaten Chelsea 2-1. You know, it's absolutely all over the place, isn't it? At the moment, it's absolutely, you know, clubs are winning games of football. So there's no, and you
see what we'll see. I think to some degree, and it'd be interesting to see because, of course, when you talk about Palace, and you're right, they're on a tremendous run, and we know from all those days back when that getting to a Wembley final, never mind winning something, can just flip a switch and all of a sudden players believe and, you know, Palace might stay there, you know, type of thing. Or they might do what they've historically done, had a really good start to the season and then just slowly slide down. But the good start means they're never in real threat. You know, Uncle Roy had some close calls with them, didn't he? But they've never really been in a regular relegation battle, we'll call it. And there's some clubs here who I think might be by position. Because, and, you know, Brentford, Brighton, Fulham, clubs who've been, in the last couple of years, rock solid, mid-table looking upwards. It'd be interesting to see how those clubs behave when all of a sudden games where in the past you got to February, March, and there was no real pressure on you, and now there is. And that's where the Leeds and a Sunderland, maybe even a Burnley, still quite miserly, I think, aren't they? Notwithstanding they've had a bit of a dodgy start, but they'll hope their defence can hold up for them, and scoring goals will be their challenge.
Well, the thing about it is, it's not even a case of like, you can look at all the 3 promoted teams and say only 2 of them. It's not about, you go, well, it'll probably level out. Yeah, it probably will level out, but the difference is,
where will it be at the time?
They will, what points will they have when it starts leveling out? What kind of foundation they've got? And I think that's where it's a little bit different this year, is the foundation of those teams. Because Burnley've still got 4, they've won a game. They've still got 4 points. So the foundation of those teams, when it starts to level out, is going to be higher. They're not going to be on the 2s and 3s that I think the clubs were on last year when it did start, when everyone started to maybe kick.
Well, between them, the 3 promoted have got 23 points between them. So that's equivalent of an average of 8, isn't it? And like you said, it was like they went forever before they even got points, never mind, you know, won games. But someone like Wolves, who we think, as we saw, they can look good, but they've still only got 1 point from 6 games.
Yeah. But they started really badly last year, didn't they? And then he came in and gave them that. So it's almost like they've got like a collection of players where I don't think they're all quite bedded into each other. And we'll see. Listen, it is very much early days.
So when's it going to become then? Because I don't know. Probability suggests where we've always been in recent times, particularly, you've had, and it's different when there's loads of European places. But let's say when Europe went down to maybe 6th, say, then reasonably early in the season, in practical terms, those 6 were almost known. You know, you might have 7th and 8th, but thereabouts. And then the bottom ones who were in the relegation shit were also known, and the ones in the middle were sort of cosy. I think it might just end up with 2 groups.
Maybe. Well, I mean, what's interesting
and that's what the league or the telly would want, isn't it? You're either going for promotion. You're either going for Europe or you're trying to avoid relegation.
I think what's interesting is it's still very early. And
it is.
I think I've said possibly in the past that we used to look at the first international break after is when the league starts. I don't think it starts till after the second international break now, because there's that many new players and stuff coming into the league. But what is interesting is that below us are Forest, Newcastle and Villa. 3 teams who are all involved in Europe.
Yes.
So they've not had brilliant starts, and they haven't even got into that mix of Europe League,
League.
Yeah, and that's
going to really.
That's
the Thursday ones in particular. Yeah.
That's the bit which is going to start stretching them. So that's quite interesting to see where that goes. But just going back to Eddie's just put a comment there saying, and people wanted a 60,000 stadium, and we can't even sell out. Eddie, well, what I would say on that is if we'd had a 60-seater stadium, 60,000 seater stadium, we would have had a lot more season tickets, wouldn't we? And a lot more people would have come off the waiting list. So a lot more people would, like we said before, would be going the match week in, week out as a season ticket holder. So I do believe I personally believe we would have sold those season tickets, and we would be closer to that. And I think tonight, and there will be games like tonight where people can't go to every single game. And I've said in the past as well, I think at Goodison in the last couple of seasons, last 2 or 3 seasons, and because the capacity was lower, we were always going to sell out. People wanted to be there because they knew it was coming to an end. Whereas now that we've got the new ground, I don't think people are going to go as religiously as they were in the last couple of seasons at Goodison. I think that when there's a Monday night game or whatever and they can't make it, they're just not going to make it. They're just going to go, I can't get there tonight, but I've got this for the rest of my life. I think with Goodison, we were all like, we haven't got this for the rest of our life. Let's not miss any games. And so it's understandable. People will always miss games of football. You shouldn't be anchored to go in the match all the time if there's something else you've got to do in your life, whether it's your children or a holiday or work or something. There'll always be something that can drag you away. So there will be tickets available. I think the issue, as we've already talked about, is how are those tickets, are they being sold in the right way that the place is sold out? That's the big question mark. But I do truly believe if that ground was 60,000, I think we'd have a good.
You'd price to fill it. You would price to fill it.
Yeah.
Season tickets wouldn't have been as expensive, or maybe they would because of demand. Yeah. But maybe match day tickets wouldn't, or you'd have more price points. I mean, at this stadium, I don't know. We don't know how many season ticket holders there are.
No, we don't.
But I suspect, maybe 75% of the capacity is season ticket holders if you count hospitality and all that, right? And it was over 80% at Goodison. And Goodison was a kind of stadium, it wasn't easy to see empty seats.
But I also think
its very nature.
But I also think £65 a lot of money for a ticket. I really do, for a game of football. I think it's a ridiculous amount of football. I think football clubs are hiding behind PSR. I really do. I think they're hiding behind them. I think that's what I'm not saying Everton are doing that. I'm just saying some football clubs. Villa put their prices up to £90 last season for Champions League games and then blamed PSR for it. They basically said, "This is you want players in. This is the only way we're going to get players in is if it's coming through the gates." To me, I truly believe that ticket should be cheaper rather than
ticket prices will be determined by supply and demand.
Yeah.
Now, and we almost started this straight off, which is if the club, if it's the club making decisions rather than individual line managers going a bit, it's not a good look for us if we have to own up we haven't been able to sell the tickets. Because if you say this game, let's pretend 3,000 Everton fans don't go for whatever reason, all legitimate reasons, and then those tickets haven't been able to be resold for whatever reason, but they haven't been advertised as available. You're almost supposed to get the nod and the wink, or James or you look it up, or someone sends you a WhatsApp, and therefore we end up talking about it for God knows how long. On a live show. But who's accountable for making sure the stadium's full? Because it's your job.
You're
right. And if they've not considered that there will be games where the pricing needs to be different, right? But we've known for quite a while it's going to be a Monday night. We know, presumably we therefore knew it's the first one in 18 months. We know it's starting to be winter. We know this, we know that, we know the other. They'll have loads of data analytics, blah, 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 right? They'll know where all the seats are that are available. And then you have that difficult decision of thinking, do we really want to try and sell tickets for less than someone else has already paid for them?
What I would say
that's how you
what I would say about the
pricing
resale is, though, the resale is that at Goodison, and I remember Everton saying this, but when people were talking about when it was StubHub.
Oh, that's a long time.
Yeah, and then the one who came after StubHub. I remember when people raised questions about the prices, I remember Everton coming out and saying, yeah, but they are extreme cases where people are putting them on for extortionate amounts of money.
Which they were.
There's lots of opportunities to get tickets for actually much less than face value.
Of course.
So why aren't we reflecting on that? Should there be a situation then where maybe people are saying this in the comments, if it's the day of the match and I've put a ticket on there for whatever it is to me as a season ticket holder for my one-off match, where maybe Everton pay me my money, but it gets advertised for half that or 3/4 that, and they make up the excess, so the ticket does get sold. So I still get my money for it, but people at last minute may be able to get last minute.
See, what happens to the person who would buy a ticket for a seat that's now going to be empty, but they can't because they're not members?
Yeah.
How's that work? You're narrowing down. I mean, it's a benefit to members, right? That you can buy tickets when they become available.
Yeah.
The implication there is that expect it to be scarce, right? Therefore, be a member so that you get first dibs.
Yeah.
But not only dibs, right? I mean, if I'm in the business right now and I'm the person who's held accountable for keeping the stadium full, my bonuses depend upon it, so on and so forth. I'm turning to my people and I'm saying, how many of the top 5,000 people on the waiting list for a season ticket are coming to the game tonight?
Yeah.
And if they're not, why not?
Yeah.
Because they're Everton fans, they want to come.
Yeah.
Now, okay, you're going to have that tipping point. Well, they can afford a season ticket, but they can't afford 60, 70 quid, whatever. Yeah. But why doesn't somebody being on the waiting list present them with an opportunity to buy, and that increases your position in the waiting list and so on, So there's a whole host of stuff, and the club could be doing all this, and we just don't know, and we could be talking about. But
James,
nothing that matters because there's only 1,000 seats available anyway.
Did you get the message on your phone because you're a member?
That's a good question. Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Because I never had a message on my phone.
No, I didn't get one.
Notification saying buy a ticket.
Okay, so so
proactive push sells.
Yeah, so that might suggest that you got that notification because you're a member. I'd imagine. And Evan are letting you know. Have you had any more since then?
No, just the one this morning.
See, that's where if I'm Everton, I'm pushing out a notification every hour on the hour, telling every single person within a 50-mile radius that there are still tickets available, and I'm telling them all day, and I'm telling them up to an hour before kickoff, and maybe an hour before kickoff, I'm saying we'll knock, cause you remember you've already paid X amount, we'll knock 15 quid off or something, because we'd rather have you in the seat.
Of course.
So, and then people go, well, you've paid less than I have. Well, so what? That person has waited, right? That person could miss out on a ticket very easily just as much because someone else got there in it before him. So if
people pay for airline tickets all the time, right? When they could have got it cheaper if they did it at a different time.
Yeah.
Because they want certainty.
Yeah.
Right. So the people who bought, and this must be happening. Well, I don't know, but this must be happening for the Seat Unique seats. Someone who bought a ticket right at the beginning of the season. I'm flying over from somewhere, and I'm going to go to the West Ham game. Don Jones was over for the West Ham game, right? He might have wanted to say, well, I'm flying all this distance. I definitely want a ticket. Oh, my goodness, they're 200 quid, but I can afford it because I'm only doing it once this year. Yeah. And now he sees it advertised at something less because of supply and demand. Well, it doesn't matter. He had the certainty. There's always the opportunists, aren't they? There'll be people out there right now who go to their bloody supermarket at 9:30 tonight and get a loaf for 2/3 the price because, that sort of thing. It doesn't matter to me whether I buy it 3 PM, 9:30 at night, and it's cheaper at 9:30 at night, so I'll buy it at 9:30 at night.
So I've had a message saying Seat Unique sent someone 2 emails in the last hour saying get your tickets. I had an email 1:45 off Everton, but it wasn't about getting tickets, it was just about the game. So maybe I haven't got my push notifications on the app, so maybe that's why I wouldn't have got one anyway. But why aren't I getting text messages and why aren't I getting emails telling
I haven't
me?
had an email.
No, I'm saying why isn't anyone
had
had
the notification.
Why isn't anyone? That's what I'm saying. If there's still tickets available tonight, why aren't Everton doing everything they can to sell those tickets right now?
One rather hopes they are, but they also know when stuff starts going on the retail platform. I mean, as you know, of hundreds of season ticket holders decided this morning I can't go, or is it being slowly building? And then you look at the dynamic against what would normally be happening. What's the impact of a Monday night? Or what's the impact of it being on TV? That's why you have data scientists coming out your ears, isn't it? And then you adjust your marketing to suit. But of the rules that have been set by the big bosses is ye shall not reduce the prices. Then your hands are tied, aren't they?
But that's those emails were coming from Seat Unique, not Everton. So, by the way,
but Seat Unique you could almost think of as like a season ticket holder. In other words, they've already bought the seats, but they get the right to try and to sell them for whatever price they like. Where a season ticket holder can only sell them in one place on the resale platform, and that place is the club defines the price. So it's how much of getting the extra profit the club want to come off, isn't it? Because the club happily sold you your seat in the upper south for whatever it turns out to be, 30 quid a game. But if you can't go, if you're lucky, they give you your 30 quid. But that'll be where there's a 60 or 70 quid.
£43 my ticket.
Is that what it works out? So it's a lot higher, and mine will be the same.
Mine's at the front. It's more expensive.
Well, I'm on the front row as well.
That's what I'm saying. In the south stand, my seats are more expensive.
So if it's 45 quid a game, as in divided by 19, 45, right? And then they're going to sell that ticket for 70. And they're still making 50% more than they were expecting. So there's a little bit of wriggle room. But all that is based on a premise that the reason people aren't buying it is the ticket price. When maybe it's all them other things you said. Not they're expecting it to be full. It's on telly anyway. It's a work night. Kids can't go if they're at school in the morning. All that sort of stuff, right? Interesting. Yeah, there's a lot. I'd love to see all the data.
There'd be loads of reasons why people can't go. It'll
be full anyway.
It's not the point of people who can't go. It's the people who can go. It's making sure they know that there are tickets available, and that to me is the number one thing. There'll always be people who can't go the game. It's the people who can go the game. It's making sure they are fully aware of the situation, and that means bugging them all day. By saying this ticket, there's a ticket there still available for you. There's a ticket. I get emails all the time. I only have to go on a website and look at something, and then I get an email 2 minutes later going, you didn't make your purchase, is 10% off. Or I don't know, go on a website, put something in the login, put something into the basket and leave it. And about within 15 minutes you'll have an email going, is 20% off, is 10% off. Are you still looking?
That website that you told everyone to buy the cheap Everton shirts off, that M&M one, I get emails of them all the time now.
I'm wondering where you were going there. Thankfully, you did say M&M. Exactly. I thought you were like going to stitch me up with other places that sell shirts, not in this country. That I never promote to sell Everton shirts. No, but why not? Why not bug people all day? Someone at 1 o'clock might be going the game, and by 5 o'clock they might want to go to the game, but they might think, all the tickets are sold now. Or, I'm in work till 6, and then suddenly the boss walks in and goes, you can all get off now. And it's 4:30, and they're like, right, I'm like, there's no tickets. Well, how do I get a ticket? It's not that difficult, is it? It's not that difficult.
It'd be disappointing if the attendance starts with a 4.
Be disappointing more than anything if the cameras are there tonight. It's the first Monday night game there, hyped up, and there are blue seats. That would be disappointing. Maybe Everton need to do what the Oscars do and have fillers. People who just sit in seats. Just get a load of people and you outside who have been volunteering, and they get to sit in those seats. But I just find it staggering that we've not sold out so far. I find it absolutely staggering. It's
mate, every game you've said it yourself countless times in the last hour.
Yeah.
There's reasons why people can't go, so it won't be sold out necessarily.
No, I'm saying, no, I'm staggered that Everton actually haven't put that it's sold out because we know it's sold out in their eyes.
Yeah.
They've passed the tickets on to Seat Unique or every season ticket holders.
I see.
So let's just have a look at some of your comments. Gary Ward says, how much change can you possibly institute in 2 or 3 days? He's talking about, obviously, West Ham. Well, I suppose we've seen it, though. David Moyes' first game against Villa. Okay, we lost 1-0, but there was a change in mentality, wasn't there? We were tighter at the back. He brought in Jake O'Brien to play, and it looked straight away a little bit more promising, and it had a different feel to it as well. Like you just said, like you was indicating there.
So what Nuno could do to them is that it's the mindset thing. The players themselves will have anticipated this manager's not long for this world. Yeah, so in sporting things, right? That's been done.
Yeah.
So now, there's a new guy, right?
Yeah.
And he comes with a large entourage, so they'll have flooded the place. Presumably they got dragged into training yesterday, I don't know, or travelling maybe, yes, whatever it is. So and he'll simplify it, won't he?
Yeah.
You know, that's what he'll do. He'll say, listen, just if you think the right thing is to hoof the ball up the pitch, hoof it up the pitch. I'm not going to tell you off because you haven't taken another 5 touches.
Forward up front and go long and scrap for the ball.
So it'll be interesting to see. I don't know where they're at with team selection and whether Potter's been, moving it around, trying to find a formula, or whether he's been sticking to the same players. But West Ham fans will know, won't they? And they'll know as soon as the team comes out. A bit like Moisey sticking Jake O'Brien straight in when Dyche wouldn't touch him with a barge pole,
Yeah.
And that creates a mindset difference. Oh, right. Oh, right. Oh. So guys have been here for ages and were guaranteed places might not have them anymore. But the opposite is I'm one of the ones who hasn't been getting a game and he's prepared to play me. So... Or he's prepared to play Peds, therefore I must stand a chance, that sort of thing.
Mark Max says, club need to look at pricing. £65 for a ticket tonight. Can't be doing that every week. I can't see it being a sellout tonight. They can. That's the base price now.
Yeah.
Josh says tonight is on the players and the managers to deliver big after the last 2 results, and especially Wednesday night. Go out there and put to bed any notion of a new manager bounce them because they are not very good. That's Josh, slightly changed Josh's word in there. David says, morning gents, so how do the tickets work for someone like me that is overseas and comes home to watch a game? Is it even possible?
Well, it is if it's tonight, yeah.
Yeah, you'll struggle tonight.
But for you, it would be retail platform and Seat Unique, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Or someone. Yeah,
or or the supporters club, wherever you are, maybe having tickets. But I truly don't know the answer to it yet. We've had Brian Garsad on the other week who was telling us about the issues they've had. It's not, as I said, I think the ticketing situation is a bit of a mess because they've not told anyone how, I don't know, all the ins and outs of it. So we were used to one system and they've ripped it up and tried something different and we're just not all used to it yet. Brian, 1878 should be tomorrow. I think we're recording it tomorrow. Adam M says, if we go into this game worrying about the new manager, we're setting up to fail. Worry about ourselves and get the job done. If we don't, I will be starting to get concerned about the mentality of our squad and manager. I'm not really bothered about them. It's about us tonight. Mark, the game is massive tonight. They're one in the league, are picking up points. I think he means everyone. We need to get the momentum back. Absolutely. Terry says, on my way from sunny Bolton, 3-1 to the Blues.
Don't let them score.
You're getting here early, Terry.
Yeah.
Jay says, stacks of tickets all over the stadium on resale at the moment for tonight.
You don't see how many tickets there are, do you?
No.
So we just know there's loads of areas where you can get tickets. Yeah.
David says, Everton versus Villa last season. Moyes' first game, we played better than Dyche being there. Jay Ratcliffe says, couldn't care less with their managers tonight. They are poor and we're at home. Come on, you Blues. Michael says, if it not 3 o'clock on a Saturday, I'm really not in the mood. Midweek football is a snooze fest. Sundays are next. Remember that Sunday night Man United game that didn't kick off till 7 or 8? Horrendous. Yeah, it was just after. It was like 7.
So is that another reason that people there's an example of someone.
Certainly the reason
Monday games.
Yeah, certainly the
doesn't
reason.
do it for him.
Yeah,
Sort of
certainly
thing.
the reason he doesn't. Benjamin says, what you and Baz are talking last week about having a reserve league is exactly what some of these players need.
True.
Steve Guy says, I don't have the facility to use resale as I'm in the club view. Can't go tonight. Didn't know this until I tried to
They
use...
can't sell them, can they?
No. This facility.
I don't get
I'm
that.
fuming. Club view is an absolute rip-off. No resale. Now added to no escalators and substandard service for food and drink. Yeah, club view's been absolutely horrendous. Horrendous.
One of the lads I stand with, and I was with Mark from the States with Summer Series.
Yeah.
You know, and he's in club view, and someone stood behind us was in club view, and the person behind us, just joining in the conversation, discovered that if they don't go to the game, they can't put it on resale.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
No, listen, no one's not sitting here giving the club.
The same thing there, but I beg your pardon,
Yeah.
but the person behind me saying, I didn't get told that when I bought it.
That's it. I mean, it's not a case of like finding problems, but there are loads of problems with this stadium that need to be addressed. And to be fair,
Very early doors.
Angus did mention this last week. He did say, you know,
He knows.
so it's not. So hopefully, a lot of this stuff does get sorted out. It's not all set. It's not all set in stone. So hopefully, it gets sorted out.
Well, it will.
Yeah. James, can you do some of the comments a minute?
Why?
Because I really burst them for the toilet.
That's bad planning.
That coffee has just gone.
Bad planning.
It is bad planning. So James is going to do some of the comments, and I'll be back in a minute.
Turns up when he feels like it, doesn't even stay to the end.
So, I don't even know where he was up to.
I don't know what he's up to because I never get
He
to
asked
see
about
them.
the 1878 podcast, didn't he? So
Yeah, he did, yeah.
I'll put the camera just on you for now as well.
Put it on both of us, man.
I don't know if man
But he's just widen it out, you know, because I'm not going to be saying anything.
said Everton versus Aston Villa last season, Moyes' first game. We played better than when Dyche was here.
He did say that.
Oh, he did say that one.
Yeah. Come on.
What you and Baz were talking about last week, having a proper reserve league.
He
is
said that one. That was the last one he
most
said.
recent one.
Yeah, were you not paying attention?
Do you think the reserve league should be a thing?
I think the way squads have gone, yeah, I think they have to have some competitive way, getting players match fit, other than actually in Premier League games.
Because when I was talking to Baz about it, he was very passionate about it. And I'm saying,
Yeah.
Did you ever go to the games for it?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
No, because he was talking about seeing, like, you know, can't remember what he was saying, but
It was
like,
so
big
long
players
ago.
coming back, that,
I think I probably would now.
yeah. Because I was saying, did you, probably not as well, but remember when Seamus Coleman broke his leg and he was coming back and he played in the under-21s and they played at Goodison for his first game back, and I remember I went to my mates went, but like loads of people in Goodison went just to see Seamus Coleman play again.
You would get that, yeah.
Yeah, so I reckon there's probably a market there for it.
Back in the day, when I were a lad and all that, your season ticket got you in for free. Presumably you'd have to pay now. I don't know.
Yeah. Or it'd be like you get a percentage off.
Yeah.
Because isn't that the same with the women's team?
I don't know.
I think you get a percentage if you've got a season ticket. It's mental.
That's because the women's team have their own season tickets. That's why.
Yeah, separate to it.
Yeah. So the only people are going to be you can't have, if you like, me going to a women's game and paying less than someone who's committed to a season ticket, can you?
Yeah. But then if you're committed to it, their season tickets are less expensive.
Oh yeah.
than men's.
If my granddaughters were old enough to want to go, then
Go.
I'd have bought them season tickets. Yeah. Didn't miss you, mate.
It's fine.
Carried on.
That's good. That's what exactly.
Seamless.
That's why I handed it over
It
to
was
James.
seamless. Like we went through 3 things you'd already talked about first.
I don't know where you're up to on the Patreon comment.
Phil says, just logged on. I'm currently in Switzerland, so I'm not there tonight. And put my tickets on resale. I think you need a membership number to view what's for sale. It's a mess for this new system.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Cynicus says it's because Seat Unique sell club view tickets for £155, so don't want resale tickets available. Well, someone did make. I mean, that was a thing the other week,
That
wasn't it?
is almost certainly, but then, you know, they obviously made a policy decision. You can't resell hospitality per se.
Well, this was a thing on the other week, wasn't it? It was on thing when I don't think Baz was on it the week
Overlap.
on the overlap, and they were talking about our football clubs, the biggest touts, and the Man United Adam was
Shorthanders, yes.
Man United Adam was
In that
like
was
saying like, you know, they'll they'll use every underhand trick they can to take the ticket off season ticket holders, because it's worth twice, 3 times as much to them. So obviously something like Club View, that's just ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous.
I don't think people would be too fussed with that if it was if they were getting what it was said on the tin, but they're not at the moment, are they?
No. No.
Certainly my mate who's in Club View is very much having a direct dialogue with someone about how are you going to compensate me for the fact you haven't sold me what?
Yeah.
You haven't delivered what you sold to me.
I find like the little things mad with that, like there's no escalators. I find that mad. Like someone's made a decision at some point to go cheap.
And I think it's more likely they made a post-final design of the stadium decision to put hospitality in the East Stand. Yeah. Maybe it was never supposed to be like that. Maybe, yeah. I don't know.
No, you might be right, because we wouldn't have known it. We wouldn't have known anyway, would we, till the tickets came out?
That's right, yeah.
So they could have just gone, right.
But it's not like the stadium's full of escalators, Ped.
Isn't it not? Is it not?
Just because you've got one.
Is it not?
Just because you've got one, and you've been in the hospitality area in the West Stand, has that got escalators?
I haven't been in the hospitality area in the West Stand. I've not had hospitality.
You took your dad?
I didn't. My sister took him.
Okay.
I sat in my seat.
All right.
Is there escalators?
Anyway, is there escalators?
There's escalators in my bit, yeah.
No, but in the bit that Albion, the hospitality.
No idea. I haven't been.
I thought you were.
So it's only Baz who's been then.
It's only Baz has been.
I bet you he didn't go. Can't remember. He didn't go himself either, did he?
Baz went.
I think he did, yeah.
Baz went with his wife.
A few games before he had his first seat.
In his own seat.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you'll find out tonight if there's escalators. Hey, anyone out there? If you're in Village Street, do you have to walk upstairs, or is there an escalator? There's bound to be a lift.
I think there's escalators.
There's bound to be a lift, isn't there?
No, there's a lift. Yeah, I think there's a lift actually.
But that'll be for accessible reasons rather than everyone using it.
There's a lift. So yeah.
You just apparently seem to be in the right spot. You know, where you get to go on an escalator.
Mm?
Actually, the East Stand has an escalator as well.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I feel like everywhere should have one up. But I feel like, because
when we went to the little cafe,
yeah,
and it's the same, if you like, lounge area where you start the tour. I'm trying to think now, did we go up an escalator? I think we did. When you come into the building, you go up an escalator.
I feel like though everywhere should have an escalator, but at some point during the build, someone just went cheap and just went, maybe just put stairs. I don't know. It just feels that way. It's just weird that I've got an escalator and no one else has got, like, barely anyone else. That to me is so strange. There's nothing special about where I sit. I know it's like seen as the area where, like, after the game you go for a drink and stuff, and before the game everyone goes for a drink there. It is like the nicest area in terms of, like,
you're right behind the goal.
Yeah. So we've got the view. So we've got the Riverside Bar, and that's where they tell you to go after the game. That's
Waterfront bar.
Yeah, or whatever it is. Yeah, yeah. So the same thing.
No, different.
I can see the river. I can see the city, but it's like, yeah, it's weird.
Waterfront bar's only about 20 metres from me.
So
but I don't get no bloody escalator.
But that's what I'm saying. I pay extra for my ticket, so I don't have to walk upstairs.
Because do you think so?
No, it is. It's quite literally, that's what it is. My ticket is right next to the stairs.
Right.
So it ends, the seats for me, I think the seats end about
row 8 or something.
2 rows behind me, of like the expensive ones, and then they're the same price all the way
But that's
up.
proximity to the pitch, isn't it?
With proximity, I'm not being funny.
You saying only those people can use the escalator?
No. The reason my seat is because I am low down, so I'm right next to the stairs.
Yeah.
That go downstairs.
Oh, I
not
see.
the escalator. So I am. It's more expensive because I don't have to walk all the way up to
stairs. Row 60.
And that's why I paid extra for it, because I'm securing my knees long term.
I must pay the same as you.
So I have no issue with that. Yeah. Like paying the extra, it's not an issue. So for me to pay
business
that
owner. Yeah.
No, but for me it was like I have no. I don't mind paying that extra bit. I'm not paying for any kids to go to the game or anything like that, so it's not an issue for me. It will be for other people, but I just don't understand why we've got an escalator and no one else has. I find that staggering. I really do.
Bigger stand.
I just feel,
maybe there's room.
No, but to me, I think anyone should be able to use any turnstile. If you're
no, we've had that chat tonight.
That to me is absolutely
flow management. It might become that when they see what
to me, it's
The
just
access times are
it's
indifferent.
absolutely crazy. I do not believe in the things they put forward.
But my turnstile, there's never been a queue.
Yeah, fair enough. It's just,
And yet the ones to my left, which where the numbers go, I don't know. But I'm 213, so 214 and 15 or whatever. They always seem to have mega queues.
I find it staggering. I find those little decisions really strange. But we'll see what happens. Things are changing all the time. This is not the be all and end all. It's not going to last forever. But I also do believe that saying about being able to change seats, I think that should come into operation as well. I do think if people aren't happy with the seat, they should get to change.
What now?
Well, you said now.
I believe
you said now, John. So I'm going with you on this.
I don't see why now can't be a choice for those people who are really unhappy where they are for whatever reason.
Yeah,
and it would be on best endeavours. If club can't do it, they can't do it.
No.
Right? But I don't know, because none of us know how much of the South Stand is season ticket holders.
Well, none of us know. Yeah.
Well, let's pretend it was like the Park End and it's all of them.
But
then you might be in the realms then of, well, if you don't like your seat on the South Stand but you want to stay in the South Stand, then sorry, but there aren't any.
Jay Fairham, right? A lot of negativity going around, but Jay says super excited to get down for my first game at the new ground tonight.
Good one.
But also apprehensive about potential delays getting in the ground. Jay, I mean, I don't know where you sit
Should be
or
fine.
where you're sitting, but it depends. I have had zero issue.
Ditto.
Because obviously I've got an escalator.
But you also go
I've had
earlier.
I've had no issue getting into the ground. I have got in a little bit earlier for the games. Although tonight I'm going to try out, because it's a night game, we always go for something to eat. I'm going to try out one of the local places. I'm just going to say right now, Everton, you're not getting me money tonight for me tea. The stuff you sell is massively overpriced for what it is, and you're not getting me money. I'm going to give me money to one of the local establishments. It'll probably be cheaper and the food will probably be better. That's on you. That's not on me. That's on you to improve the food, because I think it's disgusting for what it is. I've got no problem saying that. We did say to Angus, we had Donut Gate. We do. It is. The prices are an absolute disgrace inside the ground. I've no issue saying that. No issue. And
have you bought anything?
Yeah, I've bought food.
What, just in the first game?
Was it the first or the second?
Chips and have you stopped buying now?
Not buying. I'll buy a coffee, of course. Coffee's not much dearer than.
So you're a real life example of someone tested the food, and decided it's too expensive.
We went in, I bought it. It was like chips in a little dish with 3 little bits of chicken on and a little bit of sauce, and it was like £12. And I just no. I will. Even the last game, went to get a coffee and a tea. Right, fine. It was like $4.50 or something like that, or a little bit more.
Tea is not that. It's $2.60 something.
No, tea and a coffee.
Oh, and a coffee.
Right.
Okay, sorry.
Right. Asked me missus, a bag of crisps. Suddenly it went up to £8.50.
What?
Honestly, it was just like, no, not happening anymore. So tonight we're going to go to one of the places, whether it be 10 Streets or wherever. We're going to go on one of them and give them the money. Everton, you're just not getting any more money, and that's it. That's it. We'll get in early, but you're not getting in any of our. You're just not getting it, and that's the only way I can send a message. Other people can do what they want. If people think the food, it's not that it's expensive. It's what you get. It's crap. It's what you get. Yeah, to me,
other views are available.
Of course they are, and that's what I'm saying. Other people might not have a problem with it.
Great nephew thinks that chicken tenders are wonderful, and he'll have them every single game. He's told me.
I think he needs to.
Amazingly, it's his own money as well.
Well, that's up to him, isn't it? That's up to him. But then he might go. It might be worth going to one of the places outside and seeing what their chicken tenders are, and maybe they're amazing, even more amazing. But that everyone can do what they want. As I said, everyone can do what they want. That's up
Our
to them.
side's asking a question, so I'll take a photo for him.
Okay.
Brian.
Is it about the ticket and stuff?
No, it's about this.
About what?
He said, "What's that picture?"
What picture?
He calls that a picture. It might not be. Yeah, but it's not. I
mean, the amount of times we've spoken about getting a
Brian might not have
100,000 plaque.
Brian might not have
silver button.
Yeah.
Emma, coffee's coffee. It's not amazing coffee. It's not terrible coffee. It's going the match coffee.
This one, does he mean this?
No, you can't see down there, John.
Well, he's saying, is it a periscope, a water bottle, or a disguised West Ham microphone? It's a water bottle, mate. Yeah. If this is what you're talking about, right? It's more important to Brian, yeah, because he knows where he's watching the game tonight.
Jay also says, by the way, anyone see Fulham's penalty shout against Villa? Apparently the handball rules changed already since we got done twice. It's changed about 3 times. I've seen
the Newcastle one was terrible.
Natural positions are all right now. You can go like that, but it's natural.
the Salah one, honest to God, I seen it and I was just like, yeah, it's handball.
Was it Salah who wafted? Was it?
Yeah. And like you said before, even the lad with it just headed it away. Stephen Button says, I've been sitting back waiting to see how the ticket sales would work, because if I go, it's a flight and an overnight stay. I have everything sorted for the Fulham game in November except the ticket. He is hoping. Well, Stephen, you'll probably be fine, mate. Especially in November. I feel like in November, people, probably there'll be more people who won't be going to the games. Michael Kinnear says 48 tickets remaining. You can get the list instead of the visual. Woo! James?
I didn't know.
Can you?
What, in each section?
I'd like to think there was about 3,000 tickets available at 1 o'clock. And because of our word of mouth, we've managed to get it down to 48. Yeah. I think that's mostly on us, and I think we should get some kind of compensation for that, amazingly.
Use code Toffee.
Yeah.
So the fellow who's coming for the Fulham game, if we use Seat Unique as a benchmark, then the premium seats there are 149 for that game, which is what they currently are for Palace, which I'm guessing is the sort of starting position. But for tonight, now, they're 99 quid. So there's maybe a 30% reduction there because it's a Monday night, blah, blah, blah. Fulham might be on the telly yet then, I suppose. Have they picked?
No, they've picked them, haven't
they? Picked them, have they? It's one of the games when we're not on telly. Yeah.
James says, on the resale platform, the maddest thing is that a junior ticket's available for tonight's game, but would you let an 11-year-old sit on their own, which is currently policy the club is taking? Surely should be able to attach the seat to the account and paying and be able to pay for an adult and junior seat ticket. Yeah, you're absolutely right. There's stuff like that as well with like the adults and the children and stuff. It's all a bit like, it's just not right. It's like it's been written by AI.
It's been written by Ticketmaster.
No, but it's like it's been written,
and they put on events.
Yeah, it's like it's been written though without like any real. See, I seen the guy. I don't know if you've seen this today. So the guy from was it Live Nation or whoever? It wasn't Ticketmaster. But it's the people who own Ticketmaster, and he came out and he said tickets for sport and for concerts. Did he say concerts or sport? Oh, he said concerts. He said they're nowhere near high enough.
Yeah,
he said they're nowhere near. This is where like concerts now are getting to like £200-300 now. No,
you could charge £600.
And he's like, they should be charged like sports events, but he's among sports events in America, isn't he? These people are just, they live in a completely different world, because certainly in America, I get it in America, it's becoming
Live Nation.
It's becoming like it's like it's becoming just elitist to go to sport now, and it's creeping in here. I was having a conversation the other day with Tom, we went to Ireland with, and he's a big NFL fan. And when we got to Ireland, we got to Dublin, there's NFL stuff everywhere, and we had a little look around and stuff, and there was Yanks everywhere. Like, no, it's supposed to be, no, when you think it'd be like,
not as many as there will be in a couple of years.
No, but no, when you think like it, you think they bring it over here for Europeans, but it was cause, and we were talking, I was like, I bet you it's cheaper for a fan to fly here and get a ticket than it is to get a ticket, because we saw this when Taylor Swift was here, when I was out with my missus the day after, and we spoke to loads of Americans who said it's easier to get a ticket and it was cheaper to get a ticket
and fly
here
over, make
and fly over.
Yeah.
And we've done this when we've gone to see, like, we went to see Paul McCartney, didn't we? And it was
Belgium or somewhere.
No, we went to Paris, and it was much cheaper. It was much cheaper to go and see him in Paris. And everyone says the same. It's cheaper to go gigs in Europe. The tickets are much cheaper. So, like, this is becoming like So me and Tom were talking. He was like,
"That's how supply and demand works."
So, but I don't. But it should. it's becoming elitist though, isn't
No,
it?
when you say it shouldn't.
I know, John, but you come from a background where it's like, that's what, for the average person, it's becoming completely, it will become soon a situation where normal people won't be able to afford to do things. Anyway, Tom were talking about it. He was like, oh, I can see a time. I mean, just keep your phone on. We can see
It's an alarm.
He was like, we can see a
mute.
time. He was saying, I can see a time where Premier League clubs go over in America, blah, 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 and they'll be doing this. And I was like, I don't believe that. I said, what I believe will happen is the opposite. I think American owners will want to sell the authentic event to Americans to come over here. And it'll be our season tickets that'll be under threat, not whether we can go the game in this country. Because I think Americans will say to people from around the world, no, we're not coming to you. You're coming to us and you're spending a fortune, but you're getting the authentic thing. You're going to go Anfield, you're going to Old Trafford, Stamford Bridge, Hill Dickinson, wherever it is, but we are going to charge you through the nose. And it's actually going to be our season tickets that become...
Isn't that an example then of what you're selling is the atmosphere?
No, it's the authentic event,
We'll
isn't it?
call it that.
Yeah.
Authenticity.
The same way you...
Which is mostly English fans in an English stadium, playing an English sport, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's a diluted version if you see Man United playing Liverpool at an NFL stadium.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even though that, to a lot of people, that would be amazing.
No, it would be amazing, but
the
it's
Allianz
also...
Stadium, Mercedes-Benz, we sort of played
Yeah.
Man United. It was tremendous, wasn't it? But it wasn't the same.
But it wasn't the same. And if Everton announced, and if they'll know at some point, if they announced Everton, well, they'll have learned from this summer series. No one cared about Everton, Bournemouth, or West Ham.
No,
they
it's
cared
all
about Manchester United.
Yeah.
So
we
if
got treated differently.
if Everton rock up to a game and it's their home game, let's say, and suddenly it's a 90,000, how many Everton fans are going to be there?
Less than the other team.
5,000, 10,000 at a push.
Yeah.
And the rest is going to be filled with either Manchester United or fans of other clubs, like it was when we were there.
Yeah.
Now, if the opposite happens and it's Manchester United home game and it's a 90,000, then suddenly you've got 87,000 or 85,000 Manchester United fans. If it's Manchester United versus Liverpool, you might have 45,000 and 45,000.
I was thinking 70 and 30.
And that is a recipe for carnage.
Of course,
right?
it is, yeah.
So it's never going to work.
No.
Whereas if you say to them, see, Anfield now, Stamford Bridge, I think, is the worst one. It's the worst. It's like Disneyland. It is. Though, you've been, you go every year. You just see them walking around. It's not like, it's not hostile.
You mean outside, yeah.
But when you get inside, there's no... And I think Anfield's starting to get this, and I know Old Trafford is starting to get this, and God forbid we ever get this, is loads of people just there for the day, cranking the neck, loving it, not really understanding culture, not really understanding the songs, and it becomes, they get into it maybe at the beginning, and then it quiets down and it flattens out, and it becomes this just game of football where, you know, it becomes almost like the etiquette is wrong, completely wrong to what we're used to. But they'd rather have that because they're there, and then they'll go in the club shop, and I got my top. Where'd you get your top? I got it from the Liverpool shop, and I got to go in
on the
tour, and then we went to the cavern afterwards, and that's all very authentic.
Of course it
and
is.
that's gonna cost is the season ticket holders, because there's not a chance on earth they will want, maybe not for us, but Liverpool, they don't want Liverpool season ticket holders, because every single person who's a season ticket holder, well, when they get to 65, boom. Why? It's a seat. The price of the seat should remain the same. And kids are going to... This is the thing with the kids. Some of these kinds of things. It's like, your ticket, your seat costs exactly the same whether you're 11 or whether you're 50. They're not going to care less,
From a business perspective, and we've seen this at Tottenham, haven't we? And it will happen. It will happen at Hill Dickinson. That if you think you've maxed out on either what you think you can get for a season ticket or for a match ticket or whatever you want to call it, or you're more fearful of the backlash if you put the prices up, then you do it like politicians have done forever. You present it in a way where it's somebody else who's taking the hit, not you. And so if your concession, the first concession to erode is the old fogies one.
Yeah.
Right? Which I get.
Yeah.
And so, well, You're same bloke who was there last season, right? Same size arse, all that sort of stuff. Or when your missus is paying full price, as we did last season at Goodison, and I got the old fogies discounted price. You sat next to each other, as you have done for God knows how many decades, paying different amounts simply because of age.
Can I ask you a question? And I don't mean to be rude.
Be rude as you like.
It's not rude. It's not a rude question, but you might know this. Is it still 65?
Yeah.
Even though the retirement age has gone up?
Yeah.
So why wouldn't a football club, and I'm talking against myself here, but why wouldn't a football club at least say, no, the retirement age has gone up, so therefore it's now 67, and it'll be eventually.
You know what?
71.
You're making me think now, because I'm thinking. Can you look it up, James?
I still think
because
it is 65.
Yeah, I think it is, but I'm not 100% convinced. But I will put my flag up that says I think they need to replace age-based concessions with loyalty-based concessions.
Yeah.
So regardless of age, you get a discount.
But that's actually a really good point, because that's how we all got our tickets in the first place.
Yeah.
That's how we all got our season tickets for the new ground.
Still over 65.
Yeah.
Okay,
So it's
good
still we got our tickets via loyalty, not age.
That's right.
You know, my niece is.
My granddaughter got a season ticket at the new stadium.
Yeah, my niece was 7 now,
Yeah.
because she had a season ticket from birth.
Yeah.
So she had the full.
And she got the little thing because of her age.
So-
yeah, but you're right, and that's where clubs need, and maybe I'm calling it out as our club. Our club should start talking to, in the initial stage, fan representatives right now, with an open mind, saying we can't going forward foresee us always believing we can afford to give people concessions just because of how old they are.
But don't you think though that that's just an excuse to get people out of their seats rather than actually saying them? Because it's the whole package, isn't it? Really, it's the whole package of.
I'm not saying it's easy.
No.
But I ask you a question then, right? So you're in the upper south, right, in a good spec, and you're paying 45 quid a game, and I'm sat next to you paying 35 quid a game.
Yeah.
How many consecutive years have you had a season ticket?
23.
23. No, that's the official number. Is that just happens to be your number as well, does it? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you didn't get a season ticket until 2000 and something.
No.
Okay, fair dues, but it's still 23 years, right?
Yeah.
And I'm paying half what you're paying.
Yeah.
And I've had one. This is my first ever season ticket. That's not right, is it?
No, it's not right. But
with an age-based.
Oh, you talking about age-based?
Yeah, me.
No,
really me.
No,
really
I mean,
me.
no,
I'm
I mean,
sat next to you. I'm paying half what you did. You've had 23 consecutive years. I'm in my first ever season ticket year, and I'm paying half as what you're paying.
Yeah, I get.
I doubt there's very many examples.
In the back of
you know.
it's not something I've ever thought about. The age-based stuff is like kids stuff, isn't it? It's like it's part of the culture that we have in this country.
Watch this. Sorry, mate, interrupting. Sometime in the future, maybe they won't because we're saying it, right? The old fogies discount will be eroded, and one of the reasons will be to continue the funding of the junior ones.
Yeah.
And everyone will go, that's a great idea. Until they've done all those ones, then it'll be.
No, this is what we're saying then.
She's 3. And she's taken up the space of someone who could, you know.
But that's a different thing. No, kids kids concessions should never ever be eroded.
No, I agree.
It's they're the future.
I agree.
I know you.
I agree.
They're the future of our football club.
Yeah,
they're the future of every football club. The minute you stop having concessions for kids, and the minute a dad can't afford to bring his kids, you are stopping the future of your football club. It is absolutely pointless.
How far would you go to support that?
There's different means, I don't think kids. Okay, so number one, I don't think kids should pay to go to, say, the women's games. I don't think
Agreed.
kids should go to pay for anything like that. Anything like under 21s, kids shouldn't have to pay a penny.
Just get them to get the habit, Get them in there. Yeah.
Get them in there. The father pays, or the mother pays, or the grandparents pay. There shouldn't be any payment. Every kid who goes to the Hill Dickinson for the women's game, it should be free. And it should be as many as they want, because you ain't selling that ground out. Simple as that.
Oh, for the women's games, you mean?
So every child.
I don't get why women are going to be playing at Hill Dickinson.
Because they've got to. It's in the rules. You've got to play 2 games. So the other one will be the derby.
Oh, I see, right.
So every kid's seat at a women's game should be free. Get kids in the habit to going the game, and it's also not going to cost the parents anything. It's absolutely ludicrous that kids have to pay to go. And I'm not undervaluing the women's game by any way. I'm just saying, if you're going to get kids in the habit of going to want to be at football matches, that's the way to do it.
Okay. So for that game, when is it? The women's game?
A week Sunday.
Wouldn't it be fab if they said, right, all the season ticket holders at Goodison for the women's team, they get to choose exactly where they want to sit.
Yeah.
And everyone else after that can come for free. Free. Yeah. Literally free.
Yeah.
Everybody. But you have to get a ticket in advance to get in for free. Right? And let's find out how many people will come.
Well, John, I'll tell you this right now. Everton...
And fill the ground.
When Everton did a derby...
If it was full,
Everton did a derby a few years back at Goodison, and it was the highest attendance they'd ever had. And they give lots of tickets away for nothing. And then the next time they did it, or certainly the last time they did it at Goodison, they charged the same people and the attendance was nowhere near it.
No, I know.
And they basically said, why should some people pay and some people shouldn't pay? I get that, but I just don't...
Because it's a one-off.
But I just don't believe any child should have to pay to go and watch, you know, that level of football when there are all those empty seats. And there will always be those empty seats.
How many games are there in the women's league? I don't know.
Is it 9 home games, something like that? Or is it 20? Is it a 20 league?
I don't know. But let's use because we know the Premier League ones. So what you do is when you're selling season tickets for the women's team, pretend it was the equivalent of the men's, you'd say it's 19 games, right? But we're only going to charge you for 17 because the other 2 you're getting for free because everyone's going to get them for free because they're going to be at Hill Dickinson. So no one's paying what somebody else is, you know what I mean? But if you want people through the gate, and particularly if it's a big game and you want, say, the first derby since Hill Dickinson opened of the women's is played at Hill Dickinson rather than at Goodison Park, make it, do everything in your power to make it full.
Yeah.
Me bring my 2 granddaughters, which means mum will come. Because the other side of it, even if it's a nominal sum, right, you've still got that thought. 5 minutes in, the 5-year-old goes, I don't like this. I want to go. I've had my donut. Yeah. I've had the best bit. You know. Yeah. And so, because you don't know till they're in there with the noise and all this sort of stuff, how they're going to react. So, anyway, plenty of potential for upside there, isn't there? In being flexible, really getting your head around how you make a stadium always full, how you balance that between the needs and literally demands of getting as much income as you possibly can. And I personally think it's absolutely inevitable the older base concessions are going to be eroded away.
Yeah, they will be. They will be. And it's sad. The only reason I asked, and Paul, I don't know why you're getting offended by me asking a simple question. The only reason I asked was, are concessions in line with retirement age? That's the only reason I'm asking. I don't want to get getting all arsey about it.
Don't know why someone would, but hey.
But and also someone said about kids. Well, yeah, kids have to be accompanied by an adult. That's the whole point. If you buy it, you can't get a kid's ticket for free unless an adult has paid for their ticket as well. You know, you can't just have loads of kids rocking up because, yeah, you can't just have loads of kids there on their own. We're not talking about that. We're talking about kids in the habit of going to football matches, which is becoming harder and harder and harder as it goes along. We have an older generation, of course we do. So therefore,
everyone does.
So therefore, people are living longer. So they're looking at that thing and going, God, you could have that over 65 ticket and be going to the match for 25 years.
And
easily.
The rest.
And the rest. Hopefully all the rest. As I said, I'm planning to get to 150, John. Don't know if you're aware of this.
I'm settling for an email from the king.
Fair play.
When I'm 100.
Well, I delivered one of those cards once.
Did you?
Yeah. What an honour. It was nice. It was nice.
Telegram thing.
I did. I got to deliver it for a lady. When she was 100. No, but like never get rid of those. I hope they don't get rid of. But as I said before, my fear is all season ticket holders will be under threat sooner or later. Because why go to someone? Here's a discount because you're going to 19 games when you can just go. You're going to 19 games. We'll just charge you for 19 games.
Well, the extreme version of that is the benefit you get of being a season ticket holder is you are assured of a ticket. But I'm just saying the route to raising ticket prices for season ticket holders is via reducing the number of concessions.
Yeah.
Now, you can wait for nature to deal with that with a broad brush assumption that very few, unless they have to wait a hell of a long time, very few on the waiting list are going to be a concession age at the high end. But you never know. It's possible, I suppose.
Yeah. Lewis says Club View has been a complete missell so far, but they are trying to make changes. This is what we have. This is what we have that will be new for today's game. Exclusive new hot food. Products available in the Club View, including Yorkshire wraps. I'm not going to go through all of it. I couldn't care
Can I
less.
ask a question while if you can multitask reading? I thought the issue was congestion and poor service, not the food itself.
I don't know.
Don't you just want your food and your drink to be served?
2 additional pie sales located. Or you're saying pint sales? That's
machines.
Oh no.
Something.
He said 2 additional pie sales units located next to the E-bar, serving a selection of pies only.
All right, so
there you go. They've got their own pies. A £10 meal deal, a can of Corona and a pie. Blah blah blah. Don't need to go through the whole list of.
But that's a fair point because they get the £10 voucher like you do in the other stands. But
new hot
there was
drinks.
Nothing you could get really for £10.
New hot drinks unit located mobile bar, specialist drinks equipment, confectionery for sale.
You're getting any tables and chairs and stuff.
That's it. I mean, it's good that there's more stuff, but is your experience of the thing going to be better? Sog says I was sold my season ticket as an accessible seat. 3 flights of stairs for a man with 2 spinal trauma sites where impossible, had to get a refund.
That's mad.
There is a lot of that. Like, there's the woman who, do you see the woman who, there was no seat there?
Oh, yeah.
There's a woman who no seat there. So, Stephen Burton says, can't believe you've got this far without much football talk. Who starts, Beto or Barry? Well, we literally spoke about that
very beginning,
quite early on in the show.
The answer was Barry, yeah.
Yeah, we spoke about that quite early on, and we went over that quite a lot.
Tends to drift with Ped, doesn't it?
Not really.
We have a range of things.
We do have a range because this is an entertainment show, John.
Yeah.
It's what separates us from everybody else is that we are entertaining. We haven't spoken about films, music, Formula One,
yet
golf.
We haven't even spoken about golf. Do you know what I mean? It's like the number one topic on earth, and we haven't even spoken about golf.
The American fans were a bit rowdy.
They're a gang of silly people.
They all paid over £500 a day to get in. Goes back to your ticket observation before.
Yeah.
More than 500.
Well, as Rory said, why come and have a go at the other people and instead of backing yourselves?
Yeah, STFU.
Do you know what I mean?
He did that,
he was great, wasn't he, when he done that? He was great.
I liked it when he did it. He done his putt and he walked away calm. I'm not going to be. And it's like it's like hit a force field that turned him on as well.
Yeah.
But it looked like they were going to lose at one stage.
Yeah, that's the Everton, isn't it?
Well, yeah, you could always believe in probability. Yeah. See, the captains complain that the rules for when someone's injured need to be changed.
I didn't know anything about this.
Me neither.
I'm not a
thing.
connoisseur of like golf or I don't. Yeah,
I didn't know the envelope rule thing. Yeah.
It's because in the women's of it, Solheim Cup, if you go injured, you do give the point to them. It doesn't get half.
Oh, do they? All right. But the only previous beneficiary I understand of that rule was the United States.
Yeah.
So they didn't mind when it was in their favour.
Yeah.
So.
There you go.
But he's right. If that had been a point for them, then it would change the result dramatically.
Paul, it didn't feel like it was in jest. It felt like, if you're going to be put a laughing face, a laughing face or something. It felt like I'm so used to people just having a go at me.
This is why Ped's confrontational.
It's a conversation. We're having a good conversation, and you popped up and you said something. You put a little laughing face or something. It felt serious, and I think if anyone else reads that post, it would sound serious to them as well. It felt like you were being really arsey
But he earned the right by being here since 1 o'clock.
I think everyone's been here since 1 o'clock. No one's dropping off. No one's dropping off this kind of chat.
What an audience.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. And don't forget as well, if you want to do play the match bingo, the QR code is in there. And the link is in the description if you want to play that as well. I
want to know whether there's people who always win on bingo. It's never me.
I've never played bingo in my life.
Oh, you never?
Not even played bingo?
Not even them little things.
I've never gone to a bingo. I might have played it in I don't know.
Workman's Club or Labour Club. Staples is bingo.
I played Bastard Bingo.
What's that?
It's one where you stand up. We've
Oh,
done it
right.
at that
Oh,
night.
yeah, you do it. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
when
yeah.
your number gets called out, you go, bastard.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, I've done that.
Perhaps only you call it Bastard's Bingo.
I don't even know what that is.
Loads of people. So it's bingo, but it's like you get a ticket.
You
and
never played in an amusement arcade? No. You've not lived, man.
I believe I have. I believe I have. You know, when I went to Las Vegas, I wasn't looking for the bingo. I must admit.
They might not have it.
No, I don't think.
You ever been to Blackpool?
No, because it's a dump.
But it's an experience.
Never
It's,
been to Blackpool.
Of course, I've been to Blackpool
it's genuine.
to see the lights. It's genuinely crap, is what it is. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Blackpool is. I went there.
Oh, when I go to Paris and to Vegas.
I know, yeah.
So my mate used to go to
You'd be
uni.
pleading poverty next.
My mate used to go to uni there.
I don't care about paying high ticket prices.
It's cheaper to pass. I've been to see Lady Gaga and Paul McCartney, who's cheaper on
And
both
Taylor
counts.
Swift. Yeah.
No, Taylor Swift was here, unfortunately.
Have you seen the Spice Girls yet? Yeah.
No, never.
Sure, you'd go to
No
them.
interest in the Spice Girls. I went to Blackpool. My mate went to uni there, and we went on a night out, and it was like a Blackpool night out, not a whole place is just. It's like a facade. You know when you go to
There's bars in the Star Wars franchise that were based on Blackpool bars.
You know when you go to when you literally go to a theme park and it's all
great
and
for
it's
a
like
laugh.
literally a facade and you never want to look behind it because it's just like fake. That's what Blackpool's like. It's like it's got all that stuff on the front, and then but when you get past that,
So you never stayed in a B&B then?
Do you know what? Once I did.
Blackpool,
I
I
went to a footy. I played in a footy tournament there a few years ago,
I think everyone has to stay in Blackpool in a B&B.
and I stayed there. And it wasn't
Where the owner sings in the front room and
It wasn't great. Like it was. I'm not a fan of Blackpool. I think it's horrendous.
Really?
Oh, I
didn't take that from what
I
you
think
said.
it's horrendous. I do. It's not what it is. It's this it's this thing of like the idea of what it is and the way people like build it up like it's something amazing when it's not. It's literally why people go abroad. It's
What, you think people go abroad because of Blackpool?
It's this thing of like people go on about it of like this is an amazing holiday, but it might have been in the 50s.
Well, there's some people it still is.
No, I know,
Not
but
that bad.
it is, James. It's terrible, mate. It's so bad. No, what? It's all right. It's all right if you're sitting in a car and you're just looking at the lights. That's fine, and you get the fellas trying to sell you
If you're
stuff.
just on the strip though,
Oh,
it's
it's
not
the
too bad.
strip. Listen to you like it's Vegas.
Not that bad, though.
Oh, it's horrendous. It's just not. Even though it thinks it's modernised, it hasn't modernised, and it wonders why.
But that's a bit of the
They got
fun
the
of it.
big. How old's the big one? The big one must be like 20 years, 25 years old.
Older than that.
Exactly, and they got
30 plus. He's looking it up now.
You'd think like it was like it was like one of the wonders of the world. There's roller coasters like that everywhere, but they got it's,
31. The big one is.
Yeah.
anyway.
It was in there.
I'm
It's in the
saying no
90s,
more.
yeah.
The comments can tell me whether they like it or not. I just think it's like if you can't like cry.
What's this?
You can't cry, right? If people aren't going there. If you
Mate,
haven't,
I'm telling you.
if
that
you
sound,
haven't,
I couldn't
no,
hear
but if you
myself.
haven't, I don't talk like that ever. If you can't,
Cody does though.
if you can't,
Hello?
if you can't like update yourself to get people to come, but then think you're going to trade off that tradition, no one cares about any of that stuff. People don't. How many people want to take their kids on a donkey on the beach? Like, do you know what I
There's the
mean?
man without any kids. Yeah.
Exactly. But I'm asking the question: who wants to take? It's just, it's terrible. It's just terrible.
I bet you they still have a Glasgow week.
Jesus. I've been there a couple of times where it's Celtic or Rangers take over, and it's just.
Well, they used to have when the poor old working man would have his weeks defined, didn't they?
I tell you what, though,
And they'd all disappear to Blackpool.
Scarborough.
Don't like that either.
Scarborough makes Blackpool look like Vegas. Honestly, there's something weird about going over to the East Coast.
It's called the North Sea.
It's complete. No, the people are just like completely different.
Are they?
It's just like because it's that strip and which falls into like Essex and Norfolk and then like Lincolnshire and then in the northeast or whatever it is. The people are just so completely different. You know, sometimes you look like you'll see things about this country and you'll go, oh, I don't recognise that. Go to the East Coast. I didn't recognise any of it. I didn't recognise any of it. It was so weird, but it makes Blackpool look like
Are you going to have a go anywhere else? You might well get a hat trick. You know, another seaside resort you don't like.
I don't think I've been to many because I wouldn't like. It depends if you call like places in North Wales seaside
Yeah,
places.
yeah.
So
Real or somewhere, yeah.
Real's real. Let's be honest. Real's real. Yeah, Real's yeah. Yeah.
This is a man trying to control himself.
Let's
now.
not say anymore.
Not gonna
Let's not
talk
say
about Real,
anymore. No, Blackpool. I don't get Blackpool.
The Blackpool Mafia.
I just don't. Get,
Yeah.
I don't get Blackpool. I don't know why anyone would want to go there other than just take the kids to see the lights. I have no idea. It's Say no. I'm not going to say anymore. Don't want to be in breach of any contracts. Llandudno isn't a seaside.
Yes,
Like,
it is.
No, but it's not. No, what I mean is though, it's not. It's never tried to reinvent itself.
No, it's still in the 18th and 19th century.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And I'm not a massive fan of Llandudno, by the way. But it's never tried. It hasn't got like a big roller coaster or anything. It hasn't got flashy light. What it is what it is.
It's got a big wheel.
It's a place. Has it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, on the pier. It's a place where a lot of the older generation go for like nice days out or a little quiet holiday. It's not trashy. It's just it is what it is.
Yeah.
Whereas other places try and like get different people in by all the bells and whistles, and when you go there, you're just like, oh, this is horrendous. Anyway, let's leave it there.
Moving swiftly on.
Never
talked about football for 20 minutes then.
That was your fault. You actually took us off the subject. James with the golf. Is it coincidence that there's no Formula 1 the same weekend there's no Ryder Cup?
No. Why would you have competing things?
R.I.P. to Lewis Hamilton.
Oh no, Lewis Hamilton's dog died, didn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, poor
Roscoe.
fella. Little Roscoe.
The one he takes everywhere.
Yeah,
he
he
used to take.
passed away. Yeah, when he got Ponton's in Prestatyn is still around, or have they shut it down?
I think it's shut down, isn't it?
See, we used to always go
I think
to.
it's derelict.
We used to always go
Butlins
to.
and Butlins were boss.
No, we went to Butlins in Pwllheli.
Been there, done that.
Basically, what we used to do is we just
Yes.
go in a big van. Big van you couldn't see in the back, and like my nana be in the front. My uncle or my dad would drive it, and there'd just be like 1,000 kids in the back. Like, and I'm not even. I'm slightly exaggerating. There'd be like just. Like it was horrendous. Like that's a reason why that's not open anymore. It was horrendous. And the mad thing is, I never like knew that when I was a kid. Like Pwllheli was, like, didn't even know where it was. But then when you go there now, you only literally have to drive 15 minutes down the road, and you've got one of the nicest places in the whole of the country where lots of rich people from the south have second homes and have these, like, there's a house there.
I like how he associates rich people with from the south.
No, but they are though. A lot of them, it's you find that now in like Abersoch. A lot of them are from. But there's a house there. I call it the Tony Stark house.
Oh right.
So it's been built over.
He's bringing films into it now.
Yeah. So you'd love this. So it's a house that looks like Tony Stark's house. It like hangs over the cliff. It's amazing. I'm like always trying to get a good look at it, but you can never get it. The houses there now are unbelievable. The guy who owns Home and Bargain has one. Is just unbelievable, and it's only down the road from this place we used to just take over when we were
It's like
kids.
if you go for a drive around Sandbanks, when you do Bournemouth away or something, go and have a look where Redknapp and all those people live. Same sort of thing.
Yeah, but the only issue with that is
They
that
knock little houses down and built huge mansions.
that won't be there.
A bit of waterising.
There's one in going towards Abersoch, funny enough. It's in Cricheth. That's a big massive house that was featured in Grand Designs. Ain't gonna be there in the next couple of years. The water started coming in.
Is it?
Yeah.
That was cute.
What?
Cricheth.
Yeah, it's a lovely little
I'd
place.
say.
I like that whole thing. I like that whole area. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's not it's nice, just nice. Pwllheli's
Bit further away.
It is a little bit further. Well, if you go right to the bottom, Aberdaron, it's boss. There's like 2 pubs, a church, an ice cream place, and a fish and chips place.
Everything you need.
Oh, it's just you can stay there, and then you go up the big hill and over there's like a little island, which if I was very, very minted, I would buy the island because it's just like James Bond villain island.
Right.
It's just
Tracy Allen. Then.
Honestly, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Anyway,
Who would have thought we'd get into North Wales when Baz isn't here?
I know, yeah.
Wayne R says he worked at Pwllheli Butlins back in the day.
So he had a coat.
There you go. No, we might know the coat, might he? Might have been He might have been like Tingo.
Be hard,
I want to be a yellow coat.
Yeah.
Daniel Barnes says the guy who owns Home Bargains has a Tony Stark style house. To some of the most random knowledge I've ever heard. No, he doesn't own the Tony Stark house. He owns another house, but it's amazing. I don't know who owns the Tony Stark house. Maybe Tony Stark, but I doubt it. Jake Ablett says never been into golf. Until I seen Rory McIlroy telling American hecklers.
Guess who owns the Tony Stark house?
Who?
Alicia Keys.
No, I don't believe that.
That's what Google says.
No, I don't believe that.
Is that this one?
Yeah.
Let's see. Is that what the Tony Stark house looks like?
I don't know.
I've never seen it like that. Do you know what? Do you know what's funny, James? I've actually been to where Tony Stark lives in Malibu, and there's no house there.
It says the futuristic Malibu mansion was inspired by a real life house.
But it might have been inspired. But where Tony Stark's house is in Malibu, that's actually a mount, like a protected.
She has the house that.
So we drove into Malibu. I parked outside and I wasn't allowed to park there, and those people were telling me off. And I literally ran up this hill just to stand where Tony Stark at the end throws his screwdriver into the water. But there's no real house up there. So I've been to Tony Stark's house, but Tony Stark's house wasn't there.
So it's actually Alicia Keys.
Frank Rogers says the Chippy in Aberdeen is owned by Everton, and if you show them your season ticket, you get 50% off. See, people say we're not about football, but it all comes back full circle.
Is that true?
That's what he's saying. So get down to the Chippy in Aberdeen.
Why would Everton own a chip shop?
No, it's owned by an Evertonian.
Oh, Everton.
Yeah,
You did say by Everton.
Didn't, I said Evertonian. Rewind the tape.
I can rewind it.
Rewind the tape. Rewind the tape.
Where was I the other day? And put it in our WhatsApp group, and Baz said that's owned by an Evertonian as well, and that was in North Wales. Gosh, if you're watching, Baz, message me.
He's not watching.
He's not
watching. DJ Joe Bar official said, "Has anyone been to Newquay? It's a right dump."
No.
I've never been. I might have when I was a kid.
No,
I went to Land's End when I was a kid.
No.
It's one of the things I need to finish off. I need to go to John O'Goats. I was dead close a couple of years ago, but I couldn't be bothered.
A work colleague used to have, probably still, and she still does, I think, as a house in, what's the place called? It's in Devon anyway. That's amazing. She used to, when working from home became a thing, I mean, way pre-COVID and all that. And you'd look out her room that she used to use as a home office, and as far as the eye could see was garden, and then she said at the end of the garden was the beach and then the sea, and she owned the beach.
Nice.
She bought it like 20 odd years earlier for next to nothing. Now it's a bit going like sandbanks, all behind gates and stupid money and big pension as a consequence, I guess, of you. But once you've lived in a lovely place like that, you're not going to flog it, are you?
No. Just have to wait till the sea reclaims it.
Indeed. It's 3 o'clock.
Well, in New York, they don't even... I know we're going to finish it. In New York, they don't even buy land. They buy air, don't they? No?
Do they?
Yeah. So that's what they do. They buy air. So you own the rights to a certain piece of air. So if anyone does want to build, or you want to build, then you get compensated, obviously.
No way.
It's true. It's true. True story.
So if there's a little building there, the base, before they suddenly come up with this idea of selling the airspace,
yeah,
and they say, right, okay, for the first 500 feet up, you own that as well, and then people then buy those.
So when they built Hudson Yards in New York, it was a train yard, and they had to buy the space above the train line.
Oh, right.
And that's how they built it. So they built up. So anything, John, what it's like?
Just looking up. You can essentially buy and sell air rights in New York, which is the right to use the vertical space above a property. You effectively buy the development right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Charlie Waters says Anglesey is boss. It is boss.
It is, yeah.
Everywhere in Wales is lovely.
It is.
That whole area, the snow.
Well, in the north, yeah.
I would never go to south. Although I did go to Tenby when I was a kid, but I haven't been back, so I thought there's that.
Does Nev still live in Llandudno or somewhere?
I don't know where he lives. Don't know where he lives, to be
My
honest.
missus took the granddaughters on a little train bus ridey thing, and she couldn't remember where it was, but the house was pointed out as Nev's.
Yeah.
But I suspect it might have been, that used to be Nev's.
Well, he lived in Tingle for a while, didn't he? He lived in Dover for a while
because
as
he
well.
worked at teaching, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Anyway.
But everywhere around like Snowdonia or Erie, as it's called now, is amazing. There's
It's
loads.
just a wonderful country.
It's just gorgeous, and we've got it on our doorstep. So
Use it.
yeah, absolutely. Even if you just want to get out for a day and go to Betsy Colwood and stuff.
Bow Morris, mate.
The what?
Bow Morris, two
Yeah.
bridges. You can go in on one and come out on the other.
Absolutely.
I mean, once James has passed his driving test, he'll be able to take a drive out there.
Yeah, past that, I'm still too scared to do that. I've been on a motorway,
Yeah.
Why are you leaving it so long?
The longer you leave it, the worse it'll get.
It's easier to drive on a motorway than it is to drive on some normal roads. It's dead easy. You're just driving a straight line, and then always keep moving left, basically.
Oh, we're going to get
Don't go
that
in the
lane
third
3
lane.
No,
thing
we're not
again
going to
now.
talk about
aren't we?
lanes again. We've done that enough. Well, that's it.
Me and Dad have a caravan and
But hang on, when is this going to happen though?
Get in your car and go.
When is this going to happen that you're just going to get on a motorway?
We'll find out eventually.
But when's the right? There's no right time to drive on a motorway.
There'll be a time where I'll be like, I might as well just do it.
Just do it, man.
Just get on the motorway. Just go say, right, I'm going to Trafford Centre.
I've never been to the Trafford Centre in my whole life.
2 birds, 1 stone. Go to the Trafford Centre on a little day out.
You know what I'm more worried about than the motorway? Parking.
Yeah, but don't look at.
You've got a car the size of a bloody dinky toy.
No.
I know. It's so
What's
stressful.
the problem?
It's what stresses me out the most about
Well, you
driving.
need to learn
I
then,
know.
because that's
I'm in my own
spoiling.
head about it now as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's spoiling your driving.
Why don't you buy some parking sensors?
Yeah.
You have to, yeah.
Or just look in the mirror.
Yeah.
No. I'm stressed now.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's getting stressed as we speak, just talking about it. He's come on the train today.
It's literally the first thing I wanted to do.
Come on the train today, can't face driving.
Why?
It's not
It's
true.
going dark.
I'm going to get up at Sandals on the way home.
No, he's going on the match straight from here.
When did you pass your test?
December,
Last year.
And when did you get your car?
the end of March.
So
you-
really, you haven't drove home from here in the dark, have you? Or have you?
No, you've had 7 months. Since, Since you
Wait,
got
no,
your car.
actually, yeah, not proper dark, have we? But I've drove in the dark.
Do your lights work, yeah?
I hope so. It's been like mid-dark.
Doesn't your insurance say you can't go out in the dark?
No, I haven't got a black box.
All right, cool.
No, he's not going to have a black box, is he?
Yeah.
No. No.
So go to Wales this weekend and let us know how you get on.
God, this weekend, got that thing.
That thing.
Yeah, that thing. I've got
What thing?
just that thing. I'm too busy.
Okay. Okay.
Washing your hair, that sort of thing.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Do that while you can. Right, we're done.
We are done, right? We're done because we're all going to match. So
Yeah.
that's it. Watch the videos tonight after the match. Hopefully after we've got 3 points.
Indeed.
Yeah. So,
Indeed.
yeah. Watch all those videos and then we'll see you tomorrow.
Take
See you
care,
later.
everybody.
Bye.
Thanks.